What? I am your host, Sean Brace. John Jansen will be on this fine program. We got a lot to get into in the world of sports. Oh, my friends, we are here, gathered, watching one of the greatest tournaments that we have every single year. Nothing better than Augusta. Nothing better than just the way it looks on television. Hold up. Now, I won't be saying that over the weekend. Today is the one day that I think we can get away by saying that. All I know is the weather that is coming our way or coming to Augusta National down there in Georgia, that is concerning. I don't know what that does as far as the handicapping standpoint, because if you were watching earlier today, Colin Morikawa, I mean, the coverage has just been incredible every year. It's just the best. But Scott Van Pelt kicking it relaxed and talking to a number of players from the range, and Colin Morikawa laid it out by saying, guys, I realized that, you know, they're talking about some soft greens when it all wet, but he said the greens are pretty soft today, and you're seeing that. Look at the numbers. Look at the scores. Hovland, 7 under in that beautiful shirt that he's rocking. John Rahm, one of the 3 basically co-favorites with Rory and Scotty Scheffler. Let's see here. Adam Scott's 5 under. Xander Schauffele is 4 under. I think he just dropped a stroke. Brooks Koepka, come on down. He's 4 under right now. Hell, the amateur, Sam Bennett from Vanderbilt, is 4 under as we stand. So I want to point that out. I'll take the word from the golfers themselves. And Colin Morikawa was saying, guys, these greens are pretty soft right now. So you're going to see some low scores. And here we are. But it doesn't matter. Today, day one, absolutely gorgeous. Great television. Woke up early, didn't move, had a lot to do, and said, you know what? All of that can wait because it's all about Augusta. Now, let's bring it back up to our neck of the woods. What the hell happened today with the Phillies? They canceled the game yesterday, and I'm not one of these guys that wants to go absolutely crazy. I saw a number of people tweeting about it all day today. Really? I don't know. Whatever. Teach their own. If it really bothers you all that much, number one, I would imagine there's some people out there that can't make tomorrow. I get that. That sucks. That then you got the ammo you need, and you're gonna unleash the clip, right? I get it. But folks, the Phillies decided to make a decision that they thought was the right move. Now, I'm not privy to those discussions. I wasn't in the room. I would love to be involved or to be a fly on the wall just to hear how it played out. It does look like we're out here in City Line Avenue. It does look like it might rain, but it kind of has all day today. And I mean, it was gorgeous. First pitch should be 4 minutes ago, 3:05. I got the Doppler up in front of me right now. The Doppler. I'm a big Doppler guy. I don't know if there's something. 6:30, 7 o'clock. Yeah, the Doppler that I'm seeing right now is showing green at 7 o'clock. Our first taste of green at 7 o'clock. A lot of other people have tasted green earlier than that today. But at 7 o'clock, and you do the math, games aren't lasting 4 hours. So there's probably a good shot that they could have got this game in. And hell, even when it does rain, we cancel games because of rain delays? I don't know who made this decision or why. I'm fascinated by it. I did not think that I was not under the impression that we were going to get absolutely hammered with rain today. That was never the thought that I had. I knew that there was going to be some weather throughout the course of this week, and of course down south with Augusta. But other than that, this is crazy. Now it's being moved to tomorrow. It was moved till tomorrow, and we'll be live at Xfinity Live bright and early at 11 a.m. from the Green Legion tailgate at 1100 Social. Unfortunately, we took a little bit of a hit as a station, as a show. Bud Light Baseball Brunch normally features Chris Sack and the great Greg Murphy. All due respect to Chris Sack. He is great as well. But G. Murph, everybody loves Greg Murphy. Unfortunately, he can't make it for tomorrow. So that sucks. We took a little bit of a hit there. But we'll be filling in. All hands on deck. I'll be down there from 11 to 1, live at 1100 Social. Looking forward to rocking out, talking all things Phils, baseball, MLB, all that good stuff with a great cast from Legion, and of course from right here on The Gambler with John Jansen back at the studio and Slash with me down there at 1100 Social. We'll also be involving some other special guests. More on that tomorrow, but that's unfortunate. Now, what the hell's the weather supposed to be like tomorrow? I know as far as no rain. Let's see here. Tomorrow, Friday, 59 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, 3% chance of rain, which is good. Cold at night, 34. 54 on Saturday, cloudy, no rain. 57 on Sunday, Easter Sunday, no rain, all sun. So we got ourselves a pretty good weekend, actually. All right. Well, look, I'm not going to freak out. I saw plenty of people doing that on the timeline, and if that's what they want to do, then knock yourself out. But the Phillies, I just would like to know what was in their decision process, because whatever it is, I think you might need to change up the way you go about that. And again, this isn't the first time that we've seen games canceled the night before, but normally it follows up with a pretty good storm or something that was worthwhile. At 1:30 today, it was sun shining and rainbows in my neck of the woods. So whatever. Hey, look, they made the decision. Oh, well, we'll all live, and we have Phillies baseball tomorrow, and that's all that matters. John Jansen. Hi, how you doing?
It's a great day for baseball, Sean Brace.
Play ball.
Play ball.
But we're not playing.
No, we're not.
No,
we should go out there.
You wanted to go?
Get some batting practice.
You want to have a little pitch and catch?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Well, I just got into it by saying I just don't understand the thought process. I'm not going to lose my mind over it because I really don't.
I'm not either.
Yeah. But it was gorgeous out there, and it doesn't, John, the Doppler doesn't show anything till, that's going in the woods.
You and the Doppler.
Oh, I love the Doppler. I mean, if you don't pull up the Doppler, you're not doing it right. Seriously. I mean, that's what the Doppler's all about. You got to do.
You love the Doppler. You are such a Doppler.
You know why I love the Doppler?
I don't think there's a Doppler guy bigger than you. You're the biggest Doppler guy I know.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I am the LeBron James of Doppler usage. Yes. Now, do you know where that comes from? And it's perfect that we're watching here.
Does it come from
work
golf?
Work in the golf course arena, and you will become friends with the Doppler. Because the Doppler is all, man. That's all you need. And I guess you could do that.
Is it though?
For baseball, as far as, grounds crew, all that. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't look at the Doppler like 24 hours ahead of time. They couldn't have done that. No, you can't.
Yes,
I could
have told you last night it was going to rain.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, last night it was going to rain. It's not raining.
No, last night it wasn't going to rain. I could have told you that wasn't
going to rain. Okay, but everybody says it was going to rain. How do you know?
Because I looked at the Doppler.
Oh, you're a meteorologist now.
Damn right
Another sports radio host that thinks he can tell the weather better than meteorologists can.
Yes.
Thank you. That always goes well for sports radio hosts.
Get me John Bolaris on the phone.
Every single sports radio host, I can't stand the like, meteorologists are always wrong. Like, so are we.
I don't yeah,
we're always wrong.
Again, I'm not losing my mind.
How can you tell the weather?
All I'm saying is I just want to know.
Sounds like you're losing your mind.
No, I want to know the decision process.
It said it was going to rain, so instead of trying to have a game and force a game.
Sports.
Okay.
How many times
did you want to stay out there all day? What if it did? What if they started the game? They go a couple innings in, then it rains, and then you're there all day.
The first time that's ever happened to us?
Okay, but the first day, you want your opening day to be that? It
happens 15 times a year.
I don't know if you want your opening day to be that. I don't know.
All right, so that's your take. Your take is they canceled this specifically because it's opening day.
Yeah, I don't think you wanted your opening day to be like you're doing your opening day festivities. It starts raining. You're like, oh, okay, this isn't great.
Okay. I understand.
You have a chance for an easy doubleheader. Just do it Friday, right? They're doing it Friday. They're doing it tomorrow.
There's no doubleheader. No, they just bumped it. Yeah, they had the day off.
Yeah, okay.
Right? No, how were they able to do that? Do they have a scheduled
I don't
day
know
off
when they
today?
schedule the day. I don't know
I
when they
forget
schedule
how
it.
it works, but we're still in that gray area. Well, I do know.
They'll be fine. They'll
Look,
get the game in. It's okay.
yes,
We'll live.
yes. And we're going to get off this topic in just a second because I'm going to bring it home with this. I do know who will be able to shed more light on this at 4:30. John Jansen, today is a special day, my friend.
Why
It's
is that?
so special that you're not
Tiger Woods' last
You're
Masters?
not. It's not his last Masters. Come
I don't
on,
know with the way he's looking right now.
he's one over. It's not easy, man.
It's still not great.
Well, depends what the cut is. We'll see where it's at. Yeah, he struggled in the front nine. We'll keep you up to date on everything. Today's a special day on this radio station because here's what I got for you. We don't generally add to our roster. Over the years, it's been basically myself, Jansen, you got Tansy, you got Slash behind the scenes. Of course, you got Mark Henry Jr., Mike Powers has entered the mix. We got our guys from the Legion. Forgive me if I'm forgetting anybody, but the voices you have heard over the past 2 to 3 years have been generally the main voices for this radio station. We've weaved other people in, and we often bring in new guests, and we're all about that. But when it comes to the nucleus, did I say that right? The nucleus.
I think you did, but you just jumbled it all together.
Yeah,
in
the
one.
nucleus.
The
Nucleus. I like that word. You know what you get here. So today is a big day. We are officially adding to our roster. And the two new voices that you will hear are going well. First of all, I've been on this radio station plenty of times over the past few weeks, past few months. Do great work for a number of outlets that they already write for and produce content for, and are going to raise our game up here on The Gambler. So I'm so excited to make those announcements, and I'm sure you all can connect the dots. 4:30. Luke Arcaney from thelibertyline.com will join us, our good friends over there, which it pains me that I was not able to be live yesterday. Apparently, Drew Smith almost got locked up at Yankee Stadium. Did you see this?
I did. Yeah, they got kicked out, I guess.
And he lost his phone. I don't know if that's out there. I don't know if that's public information. He texted me yesterday like, yo, I lost my phone. You doing radio today? More on that from why I was out a little bit later. My goodness. But Drew and the boys from the Liberty Line had a good old time, and I believe they made it home in one piece, but without some equipment. Let's put it that way. So Luke Arcaney will join us at 4:30. Of course, we'll talk all things MLB, Phillies, the decision, the process. First, 1 week in, what are we looking at? Who's catching our attention? The Tampa Bay Rays. Move over Yankees. Move over Sox.
The Sox?
The AL East belongs to the Rays. Are they the most successful franchise in that division last 10 years?
Yes, but I wouldn't pencil them in already for the AL East. I think that's a bit premature.
John, they're 6-0.
Okay, that's
all right. Here's
how many more games are left, Sean?
Here's an interesting question.
How many more games are left?
Here's an interesting question on that one. So I'm in a text message a group. Of course, we all are, and I have a friend who is like diehard Philadelphia sports fan. And well, you know what? I take that back because it was twofold. There was multiple people in this text message group. So one guy was talking early about the Eagles in March, saying he had concerns. And then basically the other person in the group text message said, hey, man, it's March. All right, we got plenty of time to go until we got to be concerned about the Eagles in 2023-24. And then the other guy in the same text message group was giving me grief over the fact that I go 6 games into the Major League Baseball season and the Phils are ugly. And it's like, wait a minute. So can I not talk about this season, this team, after what I just saw for the last week and being concerned about this team? Like, I'm not able to do that. I'm not allowed to do that. I hope I am.
I mean, okay, so there's levels to these concerns.
Okay.
Like, I'm concerned in what's happening right now, but I don't think I'm concerned long term.
Okay. Well, all I will say is this. When it came down to this season, getting ready for this season with everything we discussed, I got called out for being a little Negadelphia, if I'm not mistaken. Because I just
you always are.
Well, I'm not. No,
you
I'm
have
not.
been lately. I don't know what's been up with you. You have definitely been lately. Don't tell me that.
Oh, so what? I should be excited the fact that we get to a championship game and lose? That's what you're telling me I should be excited about that?
Man, is that basically, yeah, since after the Super Bowl, you've been like this.
I just want to win a championship, John Jansen. That's all I
Okay,
want.
that's great. You got to get there first to win one.
Yeah.
And at least they're getting there.
And then win one.
A lot of teams can't say they've gotten there.
That's true. Now win one.
That would be nice. Eventually, it'd be nice to win one, yes.
And 6 games into the regular season for the Phillies, I don't think we're playing in another World Series this year.
Oh, man, that's 6 games into the regular season.
I got it. So,
do we have to do this with baseball again? Because I always feel like it's the NFL brain rot that makes us think like, oh man, early on in the season,
but that's
like
not,
all these games matter, and like, oh, they're 1-5, but it does.
But that's not fair to somebody that had concerns, that voiced it and was being called out about being Negadelphia. But now look, I'm right, and now I can't say, well, this is kind of how I thought it was going to play out.
We have no idea if you're right.
6 games into the regular season, I'm right.
It's 6 games into the regular season.
Yes.
If it's this way in June,
okay.
Sure. Well, we got problems.
Yeah, that was my take. My take was this team is going to struggle until June. They're going to be under 500 until June. And again, Bryce Harper.
We don't even know if they're going to struggle into June. If this is going to be what they are. Because, I mean, there are some signs that they're kind of getting some unluckiness, and they haven't played at home yet, which would be nice.
Okay. Point taken.
Like, there's some players in the lineup that are, I mean, the lineup itself is actually doing pretty well.
They need Bryce back. Bryce does more than just the what he does in the batter's box. Bryce brings so much more to the table than just being in the batter's box. It's their backbone. He is their face. He's everything. He makes that engine go. He is the straw that stirs the drink.
Yeah, when you have an OPS of close to 1,000 every year. Yeah, that would be the backbone.
So, of course, and now that we know that, look, he was in there taking cuts at Yankee Stadium. Let's go. Apparently, he's being held up because of sliding. Is that rumor true?
That was the last kind of report I saw. Yeah, that because if he slides and something happens where maybe he jams his elbow a little bit or something, that it could rupture or something crazy happens. So, yes. It's something about sliding that is holding him up.
All right.
Which those things happen.
Yeah, sure. I'm with you. Now, it's okay to be concerned. It's okay to be honest with the assessment. This team, not winning the games, not even really in the games, but like you pointed out, have yet to play a home game. So I will ease up.
They should have played a home game today.
Should have. You're right. Should have. Exactly. But I'm not going to lose my mind. All right, here's what we got, though. Folks, fun show, plenty of announcements. Masters coverage all throughout the course of today's show. As Tiger Woods is on 18, knocks it home. I believe he finishes the day at 2 over par with the 74 at Augusta. That's a tough track. And the gentleman that he played with, Victor Hovland, is 7 under, and he is...
Say that again?
Victor Hovland? What?
Isn't it just, can we just say Victor?
I don't think it's Victor. I think it's Victor. Look it up.
It sounds like you're trying way too hard.
It's not Victor. It's not Victor. Victor Williams is Victor. Victor is I don't know. Look it up. I believe I'm right. Victor Hovland. All I know is I took him specifically on his shirt. I took him at 20. Look at that shirt.
I don't even care if it is right. You were trying way too hard.
What do you mean it's his name?
Victor.
Victor.
Yeah. You sound like Dexter's Laboratory.
I'm spinning my mustache. I'm twirling my mustache.
Do you know what Dexter's laboratory is? Laboratory.
Dexter from Showtime?
No, the Cartoon Network show.
No.
Okay.
Don't know.
So that reference just went over your head.
Fill me in. Look at I always laugh at the security guards. Like, who are these guys going to stop? Like, if I wanted to get to Tiger Woods,
those guys are looking in shape. What do you mean?
Yeah, you think these 3 guys are going to touch me? Oh, Tiger giving 5s. He never gives 5s in the way out. All right.
Well, that's because he knows it's his last Masters.
Stop it. We got ourselves a jam-packed show. As I said, plenty of announcements, including coming up on the other side. So excited to get this guy involved more and more on the radio station. Sean Bernard is going to join us, talking all things Sixers and NBA and the special
MVPs and MVPs. We're getting one, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It is a big deal. I wouldn't say we're obsessed with it, but it's a big deal.
It is a big deal. I hate that everybody's like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's just an MVP award.
No, it's a big deal.
When do MVP awards not be a big deal?
Yeah, it's a big deal.
We mention these it's not a big deal until we start mentioning these in conversations of, oh, who was the greatest player at X amount of years ago? And we go, which one's won the MVP?
Correct.
Like, these are all in the conversations of what we talk about all the time. But this year, it doesn't matter. Who cares? I know that we want the team success. I know we want the Sixers to win an NBA championship, but MVPs matter.
MVPs matter. Well, Sean Bernard is going to give us his take on the other side. And, of course, a special announcement to open things up with Sean. He'll be joining us, doing a lot more with the radio station. Find out what that entails as Victor Hovland is leading the way down in Augusta with a day 165. Hello, friends. Daily Ticket, Sean Bernard's back after this.
If you can wager on it, we're talking about
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
We're backed up on 95 northbound Allegheny up past Bridge. Just got rid of a disabled vehicle. Westbound Schuylkill, Jan University to Vine, and then Boulevard to Gladwin from the earlier crash. Eastbound so at 202 Blue Route to Belmont, then Jan Montgomery Drive to South. All right, Chatella, total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Manar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
Get ready for a brand new berry delicious treat only at Rita's. That's right, Rita's is introducing their new Gummy Bear Ice. It's a spoonful of fruity fun. Gummy Bear Ice is sure to be a hit with the whole family, but you better get to Rita's fast, as Gummy Bear Ice is here for a limited time only. So round up the cubs and bear down to Rita's before it's too late. And download the Rita's app so you can start earning cool rewards right now. Be cool, go to Rita's.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night. Could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio! I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Hey, man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No, call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, that's topdoglaw.com.
The Gambler, Philly's home for all things sports gambling.
All right, welcome back. Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. It is the Daily Ticket, and on a Thursday, you get Sean Brace and John Jansen with you here, 3 to 6 p.m. We got a lot going on, and of course, keeping you up to date on all things Augusta, as Tiger Woods did not open the day off with his hottest start, that's for sure. But we'll keep you up to date on all the live action and get you up to date on everything as far as leader after one and keeping track of all of the major bets with the biggest names out there on the course. But, folks, as I teased to start the show, today we got a couple special announcements. And right from the jump here, I told you that we plan on doing bigger and better things for the NBA playoff season. And, of course, with the hyper focus on all things 76ers. And the gentleman that will be leading the charge for us, joining the team of Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. He will be our Sixers insider, NBA insider. I mean, man, we're going to kick it off right here, right now. He's been doing stuff with us for the past couple of weeks, but we're so excited about what the future holds. Of course, it's Sean Bernard, and you can find Sean at Sean_Bernard, BARNARD1. He is a staff writer, already covers the 76ers for Philly Sports Network, among other places. The dude's super, super talented, and we can't thank him enough for joining the team. Sean Bernard, how you doing today, sir?
Yeah, doing well, man. I'm excited to officially be a part of all this. Excited to keep the ball rolling and doing it at the right time as we hit this playoff stretch. Joel Embiid kind of putting forth his MVP statement the other night. So the vibes are high right now, and I'm ready for Sixers World to step up to the front and center.
I can't believe he's going to win the MVP, but I'll believe it when he holds the trophy up at the Wells Fargo Center. But Sean, look, man, let's just open up with joining the team and helping us raise our levels here on The Gambler. And you do an amazing job with everything you're doing. I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's college basketball, NBA, you talk it all, birds, the whole nine. You created Pick Swap Media. You do content for a number of outlets, and yeah, man, you're rolling right now. So of course, this is a no-brainer when I approached you with an idea of taking on this role here, something that we haven't done before for the station, and just really, really fired up to bring you in and get you involved more on top of just being the Sixers insider. But over these next 2 months, hopefully we got ourselves 2 months out of a Sixers run here. But if not, we're still crowning a champion. Forgive me, NBA Finals, does that get to July? I think that gets to July, right? No?
I think so, yeah. I think end of June. I think somewhere
End of June.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for this sake, we'll be okay. We'll cut it off at July. We'll say for the next April, May, and June here until we crown an NBA champion. We're super excited. But of course, everybody wants to know, will the 76ers get out of the second round in your mind, Sean?
Yeah, I feel good about it. A lot better than I have for most of the season. I mean, it's going to come down to, Joel Embiid doing his thing is basically what it comes down to. And that's what we saw against the Celtics. That was a game that pretty much encapsulated. There's games where Joel Embiid is simply good enough at this point in his career trajectory to just win games and do whatever it takes. And whether it's scoring 52 points, whether it's blocking 6 shots, whether it's setting up teammates, rebounding the ball, he just finds a way. And that's kind of what is going to be the case. I think we saw a little bit of a tease of the Celtics kind of game plan of, we'll let Joel do his thing. We don't think the others can beat us. And, the Sixers still found a way to get it done. PJ Tucker pulling out a couple. So I am optimistic about this team right now. They are the biggest grinder of a team that we've seen through the Sixers era. They do the grunt work. They compete on both ends of the floor. And that's been something that's missing. So that gives me optimism. It's not an easy path through the East at all right now. Both the Celtics and the Bucks are the real deal. So as far as the clearest path, it's not this year for sure. But I do like this team's chances.
We do have the top 5 seeds in the East officially locked in. We only got 3 games left in the regular season for the majority of teams, I believe, for all the NBA, but I'll just say for the majority of teams, Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, Cavs, Knicks, all locked in 1 through 5 there. Sean Bernard, our Sixers insider, all things NBA for us here on The Gambler. And Sean, I want to take you back to that win over the Boston Celtics. I like to check out what national pundits are saying, not so much on ESPN, but definitely on the radio, going around the dial and check out, every outlet. And I did hear a lot of people saying the 76ers are absolutely cooked because they could not handle the Boston Celtics without Jaylen Brown, and Robert Williams didn't play in that game. Tatum didn't have his best effort. And they kept on referencing, I want to get your take on it. First of all, just as that conversation right there, that question right there, your take on that. But just they kept on referencing the fact that it got ugly down the stretch, and no one's here to tell you it didn't. But what difference does it make, in your opinion, or should it make a difference that if a team wins by, let's just say they didn't have the 4-point freaking play, and the Sixers end up winning by 6. Oh, by the way, they end up covering versus they won by 2. Like, should that have an impact on the way you view a team in a 7-game series? The fact that they would have won by 5 more points or not? And then also, I know it's long-winded, but do you think really in the pundits' minds that really mattered? Like, even if the Sixers ended up winning by 6, do you think they probably would still have the same spin?
Yeah, I mean, so yes and no, I guess is my short answer to it. For starters, I think it's kind of a tough spot to be in going into that game. It's a weird stage in the season where teams are resting guys. It's not a full strength matchup on a nightly basis. And you kind of like, there's a built-in excuse when that's the case for other teams when they lose it, when they're not playing a game. Same thing with the Sixers. If Joel rests a game and they kind of lose a bad one, it's like, well, Joel didn't play, so who really cares? We can brush that off. So there's a little bit of that going in. The Sixers did find a way to somehow make it a little deflating on what should have been one of their best wins of the season. Like, even without Jaylen Brown, this Celtics team is deep, tough, and it was important to kind of have that mental clearance of beating this team because they were 0-3 before that matchup. There definitely were some concerns with it, the execution down the stretch, stuff like Tyrese Maxey falling out of bounds, things like that. But on the other side of things, you can still look at this optimistically, and I kind of tend to in this is Tobias Harris had a terrible game. Tyrese Maxey did not play up to his level at all, and he has struggled against the Celtics this year, which is a concern. But those are things that's kind of like extra juice that can come out of this Sixers team is if they can start playing at a better level, that improves the Sixers' chances. So all in all, I think it was important that they did get the win. It should have been cleaner than it did. That 4-point play was ridiculous and one of the best executed get the free throw back kind of efforts that I've seen. So shout out to Marcus Smart for that one, the quick pass after and everything that went with it. But overall, I was still very encouraged by it. And yeah, I mean, the biggest thing this year compared to other years is this Joel is at a different stage in his career where he is the level of superstar that can purely win games, and the team's going to follow that.
Yeah, and he led the charge by scoring 50-plus points in that game, of course. And, hey, look, a win is a win. That's all I care about. I don't care if they win by 6, 7. Actually, I lied to you. The spread was the spread, so I did care. But all in all, when it comes to the playoffs, and I know 76ers fans care, it's about getting 4 out of the 7, and it's all that matters. Couple quick ones here as far as, and Sean's going to be doing a lot for us as far as even with the sports gambling side, giving us some player props, his thoughts on that. Love to know your thoughts with only 3 games left in the regular season. If there's anything that you're looking at from a player prop standpoint, if there's a team that you think still is something to play for. I know there's a lot left to be decided. I'm having trouble finding those gains, finding those spots where I'm like, you know what, I believe in this bet. So I'm kind of in the mix right now where I'm waiting to playoffs. And I think there's a lot of us that are doing that, but all in all, these games are there. If there's numbers there, we're going to wager on them. We're going to discuss them. So feel free to shoot that way. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the games that are going off tonight. And of course, at the top of the list, Sixers and Miami Heat. What's the one thing you're looking for tonight, Sean, as the Sixers are 3-point favorites here, 220 is a total. This game being played at home. We already just went through with the seeding as far as 1 through 5 is locked up. The Heat were not included in those 5, so they have a little something to play for. What else should we be looking for this evening?
Yeah, so how the seedings are playing out at the bottom for the East is if the Sixers do win tonight, then that clinches they match up with the Nets as the 6th seed for the first round of the playoffs. The Heat, if they do get the win tonight are still alive with climbing and a potential Heat versus Sixers first round. So if the Sixers do not want to play Miami, it's in their best interest to get a win tonight. I don't think they should be scared of either one of those teams. So I don't think it's the biggest deal. Both these teams, it's going to be either a 6 or 7 matchup. So however that shakes out. But as far as tonight's matchup as a whole, I do think the under is a good play tonight. I think we're kind of in store for some ugly basketball. There will be a bit of a emotional drop off following that Celtics win. And both these teams are more defensive oriented, both top 3 in points allowed this year. The Heat ranks second in the NBA, 109.8 points per game allowed. Sixers are third at 110.5 points per game allowed. Heat are also 27th on the season in 3-point percentage. So I don't think we're going to be in store for the prettiest basketball. I've been torn on the number, and if I do think the Sixers are too talented to drop this game. This Heat team, as much as they compete, as much there is the Heat culture and everything about them, playoff Jimmy Butler starting to show face a little bit. I still just don't think they're talented enough to get a win. So I do think the Sixers win. I think it's going to be close, so the number scares me a little bit, but I do like the under as a play.
All right. So far, out of the last 5 games, 4 out of the last 5 for the Sixers have gone to under the total. In the last 2 against the Bucks at 235.5, and against the Boston Celtics, both remain under the total, 226 against the Celtics in that one, if I did not just say that. Once again, tonight on DraftKings Sportsbook, 220 is your total on that one. Moneyline minus 150 for the home 76ers. All right, I want to talk to you about a big topic that's happening in the NBA, and of course, it kind of stole all the headlines yesterday, not focusing on anything as far as the playoffs are concerned. Well, it's the Dallas Mavericks, so there is a little something as far as playoffs are concerned. And Kyrie Irving, I'm surprised with Cuban's answer. I get it. I don't think you want to wave the white flag at this point in time, and you want to keep everything open, and who knows, there's always something else going on. So when you put out the information of like, yeah, we want Kyrie back, I don't know, maybe that's something to put out there. So now you could hear what Luka's real take is behind the scenes. I don't know. But the big news item of the day is that Mark Cuban said he would like Kyrie Irving, and he thinks Kyrie Irving will return. In fact, I believe those were his words. He said he thinks they're in a really good position to re-sign him. Number one, are you in favor of that? If you were Mark Cuban, would you do that? Number two, realistically, do we think Kyrie wants to play there in Dallas? I thought it was LA or bust.
Yeah, the Mavericks are in a weird spot right now. They're kind of in a position where they almost have to re-sign Kyrie. I mean, they traded, I believe it was a 2029 first-round pick, a couple of other assets attached to get him at the deadline. I was in favor of the move back in then and still kind of stand by the logic of you just had to do something to show Luka Doncic that you're trying to compete and trying to build a roster, because he was having to do some just ridiculous usage numbers, whether it was point scoring, just how much that he had to do for that team was ridiculous. And it's still kind of been that case even with Kyrie there. I do think that the downfalls of this team are neither on the shoulders of Kyrie or Luka. They just don't have the perimeter defenders or just the help outside of that, specifically on the defensive end, to really compete. I feel like they kind of have to go all in on Kyrie and try and bring him back. Even the best case scenario, if that isn't, is they try and work a sign and trade and get him to LA. I think looking at kind of the cap situation, that's the only way that he could get to the Lakers, which does help the Mavericks case there. But I don't think Cuban's lying. I think they have to try and keep this guy. And it hasn't looked as clean as I expected on the court, but I still think that you kind of got to ride it out.
Yeah, and they're fighting for the 10th spot. It's them and the Thunder. I'm probably in a minority here, but I would rather see the Thunder.
Yeah, I don't think you are in the minority. I mean, the Thunder team's significantly more fun to watch. And this Mavericks team, that's the other part, is like the vibes of this team have been brutal lately. And they're kind of talking about pulling the plug because they have the top 10 protected pick. So if it falls within the top 10 picks, they will get it back. Otherwise, it's traded away in that deal. And they're pretty limited for assets. They might be leaning on some lottery luck to try and get like another player that can really do some more stuff based on what they have right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are some Luka and Kyrie rest games down the stretch, and that kind of changes things. So that's something to watch too.
Yeah, and Kyrie, to your point, it hasn't been – look, Kyrie's weakness is always on the defensive side of the ball, him and Luka both. As you pointed out, the team isn't all that stacked up. I don't know if Jason Kidd's the best coach at the end of the day either, but I'm not trying to blame him. Well, somebody's got to take the blame. But Kyrie is actually averaging 26.9 in 20 games played this year. He's shooting 39.2 from downtown. He's giving you 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1.2 steals. He's playing 38 minutes. Forgive me not knowing how many games he could have played over the stretch that he joined the Mavericks. 20, though, is a decent number. What do you, if you had to guess, how many games has he missed, if you had to guess?
Not that many. I would guess probably like 4-ish. It hasn't been a
Okay.
lot. Yeah.
It's always a roll of the dice with Kyrie. We know that. It seems like he's motivated to play a little bit here with the Dallas Mavericks. We'll see if he gets that contract or remains in Dallas. But also, don't know what the future holds for Luka. I know that was a big talking point I heard yesterday on a radio station I was listening to on national side. They were talking about how it's not a lock that Luka stays there. This isn't Dirk. This isn't, the old days. You don't know if somebody is willing and wants to play a full career in a spot. So we'll see. Also, Luka, I think he's got to look himself in the mirror. You hear those whispers, you kind of start to look at him like maybe they might be true where, he likes to enjoy himself a little bit throughout the course of the season. And I don't know. Yeah, you got to be in a little bit better shape, I would imagine, if you want to be one of the best. He is one of the best, but it can't help if he hits the gym a little bit more and tightens up. Again, that's what the rumors are behind the scenes. I don't know anything. I'm just repeating what I'm hearing here. So, again, we shall see. Sean Bernard, our 76ers and NBA insider for the Gambler with us here. A couple quick ones on the way out, Sean. The other 4 games this evening, we got the Cavs, the Magic, Trailblazers, Spurs, Thunder, and Jazz, Nuggets, and Suns. We just discussed the Thunder and Jazz 7-point spread there. OKC favorite on the road. Anything there from the other 4 games for you, though?
Yeah, I think the Thunder is one worth paying attention to. The Jazz have kind of been the spoilers of the Western Conference this year, just winning games that they really shouldn't, and just kind of messing up things in the grand scheme of things. This Thunder team, as young and as hungry as they are, they want to get in this play-in tournament. There's even been some social media posts from Shea and a couple other guys even publicly acknowledging that. And I love that. I think they should. They should care about it. They want to do it. I know the front office is probably a little we're ahead of schedule and it might not necessarily be as in on the plan of getting in the playoffs versus increasing their lottery odds. But these guys want to compete. They have players. This is a talented core. Shea is the real deal, a guy who I think has a legitimate all-NBA argument. They got guys like Josh Giddey playing, who's been out of his mind. Jalen Williams has been terrific. So I do like the Thunder as a good pick there and a team that I think is going to have a comfortable win and look hungry, as great as the Jazz have been. I'm also a little interested in the Nuggets-Suns game later, too, and see what that one looks like. That's a little bit of Western Conference matchup. Kevin Durant still finding his footing again, assuming that we get a full strength matchup there. I would love to see what that looks like.
Yeah, and then the other obvious one as the season comes to an end here, just looking at who right now is in the running for the Wembyamba sweepstakes. Now, I know I get it with the lottery. It kind of changes the game, but Pistons 16 and 64. I'll tell you what, Sam Hinkie, if he was dead, he'd be rolling over his grave because these teams could have tanked a heck of a lot more, especially for the talent that is Victor Wembanyama. Come on, man. 16 wins here. That's child's play. You got to be well within the 10 to get into Sam Hinkie's range. Anyways, the Pistons 16 and 64. Next one up on the east side of things is the Hornets 26 and 54. West side, we got Houston and the San Antonio Spurs 20 and 60, 20 and 59. It's probably going to be one of those 3 teams, correct?
Yeah, for sure. And as another little hat tip to Sam Hinkie, the Pistons are kind of assembling a former Sixers kind of style of Wembanyama would be their 4th center on roster and a 4th legitimate prospect center as they traded for James Wiseman, drafted Jalen Duren, drafted Isaiah Stewart, and all guys that have shown some signs of life there. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes things up and which one of those guys kind of get shipped off after the case. But that's a good problem to have if that is how things shake out.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Dude's an unbelievable talent. Yeah, when you saw that 3-point shot over the weekend that he rebounded himself and put it back, what was your reaction?
Yeah, it's just nuts. It's alien level stuff, the way he's able to do things. And I have been impressed. I've sat down and watched a couple full games of him because I had a little bit of a skepticism of, is this guy just a pure highlights guy? And that is not the case. He is a real deal impact player. His defensive impact is huge too. The way he can defer shots around the rim. His wingspan is just so unreal as far as tracking down blocks, being able to close out. So yeah, he's something that the NBA has never seen. I've never seen. And whatever team is blessed with his talent is going to be very thankful.
Last one before we got out of here, Sean. Last night you were doing some scouting yourself. Where were you? You were up in Camden, or was that a Philly thing?
Yeah, in Philly at the Conshohocken Community Center for the Donofrio Classic. So
I thought that's where it was, dude. You should have hit me up. I live in Conshohocken.
Oh, no way. Yeah, I should have. I might try and pop back there next week. So I'll let you know.
Yeah, definitely let me know. Yes, I thought that's where they held it. Okay, but please tell us about it.
Yeah, it was very cool. It was a little showcase for some of the area kids. I was a little disappointed. DJ Wagner and Justin Edwards, 2 of the Camden guys who are both Kentucky bound, both had to drop out. I believe they hopped over to Team USA camp. but still some very talented guys there. Got to check out some, get a little scoop on the recruiting trails and stuff like that. So some cool basketball for sure.
And you said Desir Haskins had some really nice stuff. Did I pronounce his first name right?
Yes, I believe so. And he's going to be announcing his commitment this weekend. So that's going to be a fun one to watch. He definitely very talented, cool, kind of springy, versatile wing style. Got a little lefty shot that I like and can catch some lobs, good on the defensive end. So he stood out to me for sure, but there's some good talent all around there.
Sean, excellent stuff. You're standing out to all of us, my friend, and we can't thank you enough for hopping on and joining us and making us a better station here throughout the course of the NBA playoffs. All things 76ers coming your way with Sean Bernard. Once again, if you don't follow him, you better find him right now. That's SEAN_Bernard, BARNARD with the number one. Sean, can't thank you enough. We'll definitely be touching base over the weekend. We're going to be doing a lot of social posting with some small videos, of course, staying up on everything as far as the wagering is concerned, and hopefully making some great picks come playoff time. And at the top of it, the icing on the cake, hopefully a long 76ers run come playoff time. Can't thank you enough, Sean. Fired up to have you. We'll catch up down the road, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. And yeah, I'm excited about this playoff odds, the how things are going to shake out. I think there's some room for some upsets come matchup time. So excited to get into that when the time comes.
My man, Sean Bernard, can't thank you enough. There he is. Once again, it's the Gambler. I got John Jansen joining me. Coming up, we got ourselves a jam-packed show here. Do not go anywhere. We'll keep you up to date on all things Augusta. We're going to talk to Luke Arcani. Of course, we got Mark Henry Jr. A lot to do. Daily Ticket rolling on.
All eyes are on Augusta, Georgia for golf's first major. Join the action for a shot at winning big on DraftKings Sportsbook. This week, new customers will receive an odds boost to add plus 1,000 to any pre-tournament wager, up to $10 on any golfer to win in Augusta. So, for example, if you are a new customer and you see a golfer to win the tournament at plus 1,000 odds, DraftKings will boost that golfer to plus 2,000 odds for your shot at a bigger payout. DraftKings will be featuring parlays and odds boosts all tournament long. So be sure to check the DraftKings Sportsbook app every day before the tournament starts to see what they have in store. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code DING and boost your odds during golf's first major. That's code DING, only on DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Odds boost token expires 7 days after issuance. Minimum $5 deposit. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/golf terms. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You don't need to get personal, like revealing orange juice commercials make you cry, to get the State Farm personal price plan. Just call or go to statefarm.com for a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month.
Policy or a $5 million policy. SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
New Eagles backup QB Marcus Mariota is looking forward to mentoring Jalen Hurts as he continues to develop, telling the team's website he's seen it all in the NFL. Sixers host Miami tonight in what could be a first-round playoff preview. Philly's locked into the East 3rd seed. Miami's fighting to move into 6th. And South Korean rapper Suga has been tapped as the latest NBA ambassador. Face of the boy band BTS will help the league grow their brand worldwide. I'm Scott Davidson.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to impress. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Watch for a crash in Montgomery Township, causing delays both ways on Bethlehem Pike and Upper State Road. We're down up on the Schuylkill westbound University to Girard and Boulevard to Belmont. Eastbound stop and go Montgomery Drive to South. 95 northbound backed up Vine Expressway to Bridge. All right, to tell total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Unbound.org. Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice: continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at Unbound.org.
Paid for by government.com.
The 1878 to 1921 Morgan Silver Dollar, a true American classic and one of the most iconic silver dollar coins in history. It's been 100 years since the last Morgan Silver Dollar coin was struck for circulation, and now, for a limited time only, full pound bags of original U.S. government struck Morgan dollars are being released to the public. That's right, you can own a full pound of 1878 to 1921 classic American Morgan Silver Dollar coins, all in very good collector condition with fully visible dates and mint marks, guaranteed. Call 1-800-721-0383 now to secure collector-grade U.S. Morgan Silver Dollars by the pound, struck during the Wild West and the Gilded Age. Plus, receive a bonus American Collector's Pack, valued at over $25, free with every order. Call 1-800-721-0383 now to secure your full pound bag of Morgan Silver Dollar coins before they are gone. 1-800-721-0383. That's 1-800-721-0383.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save on the brands you trust. Right now, buy a select DeWalt 12-volt bare tool starting at $119 and get a DeWalt 12-volt 2-pack battery free valued at $129. Plus, you'll always save big on job lot quantities when buying select building supplies in bulk. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Discount taken at time of purchase. Battery and charger not included with buy items. Valid through 5/3.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching a kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, trunk lids, license plate holders, and headlights. They've got lots of headlights. When you need parts, get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's going to fit. eBay Motors. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Check out Aussies for Autism. There'll be 30 food trucks, carnival games, and more, plus lots of entertainment. Ben Hartran, Philadelphia Community Fan Ambassador, tells us more.
It's on April 22nd at White House Park, and it's for Aussies for Autism. Tickets are only $10. Kids 12 and younger can come for free. Go to AussiesForAutism.com to purchase tickets.
Proceeds benefit Camp for Kids, which aims to help a range of children, from those at risk to children with autism.
Your home for Villanova basketball is WDAS and WD273D. Fox Sports Radio Philadelphia. Oh my God! Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. That's green.
Enter now.
You heard the man. Get over to FoxPHLGambler.com and enter the keyword for your chance to win $1,000. Once again, FoxPHLGambler.com.
Johnny No Cam. It is raining down there in Augusta.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
It's the Daily Ticket.
They should postpone it.
Johnny No Cam and Sean Brace with you here. Good afternoon. Shout out Sean Bernard, officially part of the team. Your thoughts, John Jansen?
On what?
On the weather in Augusta.
You want my thoughts on the weather?
What's going on? Pay attention to the show.
You want my thoughts on the weather?
Pay attention to the show. Get your camera fixed.
You just asked
Let's
me about
go.
the weather in Augusta?
No,
It's
I
raining.
asked you about Sean Bernard. Your thoughts.
Oh, he's awesome.
What's going on over there?
I'm trying to restart my laptop so I can get this stupid cam to work so I can get on the stream, and it's just causing problems.
It's funny because it works all the time for stealing the bag, but with the daily ticket.
I do not use my laptop cam for that.
What do you use?
I connect my phone to my PC and use it as a camera.
Well, connect your phone to the PC right now then.
I could.
You should. This course is so tough. All right, first of all,
Is it?
Let's go ahead and
Because I see a lot of 65s and 67s.
Yeah, well, these are the best golfers in the world. They're JJ.
They're having an easy time with it.
It's a soft track right now. Yeah, it rained all week down there. Colin Morikawa said as much this morning. Look at that. Just look at, how the reflection of that bridge.
It
right
is
there.
very the scenes.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. All right. Couple quick ones. First of all, it's not Victor. It's Victor.
Just to clarify that one for you, it's Victor.
I always thought it was like more along the lines of Victor. Victor.
That is very, I don't know, you're putting a lot of Russian on that one.
Yeah, I guess I am. So it's not Victor.
It's just Victor. So you were trying really hard.
I don't think it's just Victor.
It is. It's Victor.
Not-
It's just Victor Hovland.
There's no way you're going to tell me it's the same thing as Victor Williams. Victor Williams
Yes,
is
it
one thing.
is.
Victor.
It has everything to do with accents and like where you're from.
Okay. Well, I'm a mutt.
Wait, what?
I was talking to this girl the other day about stalking, and she said, "Excuse me, what?" And I said, "Stalkers," and she's like,
"Do you have any?"
Like the ones that stalk the shelf? And I'm like, "No, like stalk." She's like, "You mean
Stalk the
stalkers? Stalkers." So she had like an issue with the way I was saying
Stalk the
stalkers. So let me ask you, if I was to say,
did she have a Delco accent?
I would say this Instagram model has plenty of stalker men out there. Stalkers.
Okay, you are saying it kind of weird.
I am stalkers.
I think so. Stalker.
Stalker. There's like a W in there.
No, that's an L. Stalker. You're saying like stalker. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So when
You're not pronouncing that L.
So how do you spell it?
Stalker?
Stalker.
Stalker.
Yeah.
There's an L in there.
Stalking.
I love how our show sometimes turns into giving Sean Brace a grammar.
No,
lesson. A pronunciation lesson, I would say. Not essentially a grammar one.
Stalkers.
Victor. Stalker.
Stalkers.
Victor's stalkers.
Kevin Stalker. First, have you heard him on the call yet?
Stalkers.
Right? It's Kevin Stalker on the calls, right?
Stalker, yeah.
He sounds like he's 12. I could not believe. Honestly, I thought they had the other guys working yesterday. I thought it was Jack Fritz. That's who I thought was literally on the call yesterday. And I don't know what he sounds like either. So I thought like they pulled somebody in.
I forget every time that it's Kevin Stalker. I think he's been there for a year or so. I would say, I think last year.
I believe they had Fransden in the mix, right?
Yeah. But he moved on to Washington.
Okay. But I tuned in yesterday.
Every time I forget who Kevin Stalker is.
And I go, who the hell is on the radio right now?
I do it every single time.
I was blown away. He sounds like he's 12. Anyways, I have no idea if you can call a baseball game where he's got good insight as far as color is concerned. But
he's fine.
Of course, yeah, you would say he's fine. You would say that about anybody.
I know. What do you mean? I'm not doing that. He's great. He's fine.
Okay. So the reason why
nothing wrong with him,
I didn't say there was anything
him
wrong.
and Fransky have some good back and forth at times.
Yeah, I'm not in on that. Like I don't listen at all, really, to be honest with you. I don't. But,
why not?
Well, first of all, we're 6 games in. That's one. 2 is
you're not a real fan. That's all I'm here.
I won't give him the fair shake because LA's the best. LA and Fransky. That's the two. That's the duo.
Are you giving McCarthy a fair shake because he's not Harry Cowles? Like, are you still doing that for years now?
No. And T-Mac, I love. I get it. But you know where I stand on T-Mac.
Where do you stand on T-Mac?
T-Mac's a professional. T-Mac does. I think T-Mac is better on the professional calls. The NFL radio broadcast, the NCAA radio broadcast.
The NCAA tournament, he is fantastic.
Versus being the Phillies guy.
Yeah, you could tell because there's a lot of downtime, and then when you hear McCarthy talk more and like other things, he's very goofy, kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
But when the game is happening and there's an actual call to
He's
be made,
professional.
he is so good.
Yeah. He's a professional. And
that's why I think his game-winning calls are the best.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
They're the best. They're at least
They're
in this
good.
city. His game-winning calls are fantastic. He nails it every single time.
Who has the best game-winning calls in this city?
Yes, the best moments, the game-winning calls. McCarthy does it the best. I will stand strong on that. I will plant my feet firmly in the ground for that.
I can't.
He has had so many great ones.
He does it. Yeah, that's how he does. No, I can't. He's good. I'm not
That
saying
sounded
he's
nothing like
bad.
Tom McCarthy.
Yes, it did.
It did not sound anything
that
like
was my Tom McCarthy.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Who has the best calls, game-winning calls, from a radio standpoint?
Like big moment
All right.
game-winning calls.
Well, who do we have here? Who the hell's on the call
I know
for
a
the
lot-
Flyers? It's dude. I know who it
It's
is because the
dude?
guy has been calling it for years.
I don't know. I know Tom McGinnis is on the NBA, the Sixers. I was about to say the NBA. Sixers.
No, not Jim Jackson. Who is the radio call? I should know this. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should apologize.
Tim Saunders.
I've never heard that name in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. He's good. He's got a very like you can tell it's hard to describe. He has that voice that it's perfect for a radio sports call. Like calling a sporting event on radio. He's got that voice. He's very good at hockey. I honestly would he might be at the top of the list. He shoots and scores. So who are the nominees here for the award here? Best call on.
I mean, Fransky's definitely in there. Bedlam at the Bank was a great call.
Fransky's got to be one, right?
I think it's McCarthy.
Fransky, McCarthy from baseball. Football, you got
McCarthy
Merrill.
nails it every time.
Sorry, Merrill Reese got to go. He might finish last. That's just
he might finish last.
People don't want to hear that, but that's all right. Stefanski.
No, they don't. But yeah.
And then you got Kate. What's Kate's last name?
Scott.
Kate Scott.
How do you not?
I almost said Smith.
You are terrible. How do you not know these
I
names?
almost said Kate Smith.
Kate Smith.
Take it easy. Soccer. Dave Leno.
Dave's a goat.
Dave's
You know how I feel about Dave.
Yeah, we can't give him any credit because he works for the other station.
I love Dave though.
Yeah, we can't. He can't win. He will not win this because of what just transpired.
Dave is so good at it though. Dave is so good.
Yeah, Dave's amazing.
I think Dave's one of the most underrated play-by-play guys in this area.
Yeah, you would think that he would be doing. Well, look, the union is pretty big, but
getting there, yeah.
I would say Dave could do more. I've seen Dave call football though, and people were like, "Is he getting paid by the word?"
Because he's a radio guy.
Exactly. And it's not easy. We're just having fun here.
Yeah, I've heard Dave has been on Temple football games when they play ECU. I've heard plenty of those.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's damn good.
He's a radio guy.
Are they
He's
talking to Rory in the middle?
He's a radio guy.
Are they talking to Rory in the middle of the round? Wow, that's next level. If that's the case,
Can we stop? You love that crap.
Yes.
It does nothing. It does absolutely nothing.
What do you mean?
I can't oh my gosh, they're talking to the player on the field. Guys, tune in. They're talking to him on the field.
I don't think
it's amazing.
I don't think it's a reason
it's
to tune
gonna
in.
change sports television.
Well, it's definitely next step.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
What do you mean it's not? No one's ever done it before. They're not doing it. They're now doing it
No one's ever done it before because it's dumb.
I love it.
You get nothing out of it. And the only reason people like it is because the few times that a ball will get hit to him, it's like, oh my gosh, they were talking and fielding the ball? How can you do that? How can you have a thought and also play your position? That's amazing.
Hang on one second.
Yeah, they are talking to
He
Rory.
is literally talking to Rory.
Are we allowed to have this on the air right now? Masters are going to come after us, right?
This is incredible. So wait a minute. Let's hold up here, John.
Okay.
You're telling me this isn't next level? You got Rory McIlroy, who is competing for the final leg of a Grand Slam. The only thing he's missing is a green jacket. Here it is, round one. In the middle of his round, in the middle of the fairway, he is talking to the booth.
Okay. I'll admit, I'm actually getting something.
But it's the same thing.
No, it's not his baseball.
Trey Turner at shortstop.
No, I was asking him questions. Oh, what's the Phillies clubhouse like? Oh, just a bunch of good guys out there. So it's the same interview that they have in the dugout, but it's on the field. Oh, my God.
I would prefer to more X's and O's. I'm fine with that. But that's for Carl.
But it's hard to do X's and
Ravitch.
O's in baseball.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
What's the
Because all they can tell you is, the scouting report, this guy, he's going to hit it to the left side of the field. We already know that scouting report, though.
Your goal in that moment is Carl Ravitch. I'm doing everybody's job today. Your goal in that moment is Carl Ravitch. I can't even do my own.
No,
I really can't. No, I'm terrible at scheduling.
I can't even get a camera.
Your goal in that moment is to get something that we don't know, A, B, we've never seen before or heard before. Just bring us on the insight. And you know what I would start with? What does it say on the card? All right, so you're at shortstop right now, and let's see, Aaron Judge. That's probably a bad example.
That's a terrible example. Where's Judge going to hit this one? Probably over the fence. Thank you, guys.
Gleyber Torres is at the dish. What does he do here? How you playing him? Was there a conversation pregame about something?
The only time you would ever get anything good out of that is if you talk to a catcher or a starting pitcher, and you're not going to do that.
I disagree. Trey Turner's smartest. He's a genius.
Yeah, but Trey Turner's not going to be like, oh, here's how we're going to attack him. Our pitcher's got this type of pitch, and we know he can't. He's not in those conversations. That's the catcher and the pitcher. His conversation is, here's where I'm going to stand.
What does it say on the card that's in his back pocket?
Yeah, it's probably going to say on the card, hey, here's where you stand. Here's where he has been hitting. Here's the part of the fields that he's been hitting to. Stand there. That's not as interesting. It works. You know what? From hearing the golf, it works with golf because he is giving them insight on what type of shot he's taking, why he's taking that shot, what he's looking for on the green. Like that was a lot of information and very good information. I always love Rory. He got such a hop to his step,
Yeah, Rory's the man.
Look how much he's hopping there.
Yeah, he's a beast. He hits it further than anyone.
How are the live guys doing?
Well, Brooks is right there. He's third, but he always plays well in majors.
For now.
And he just won last week, so he's playing really well. Let's see.
But they only play 3 rounds in live, so
that's true.
What's that 4th round going to be like?
Good pull by you, John Jansen.
I know my golf, Sean.
Yeah, you do. They also pronounce it golf.
I know golf. No, it's golf. I said golf. I said it like Jared Goff. It's golf. I was being lazy.
It's all right. I see. I was trying to go above and beyond with Victor. Victor Hovland.
I swear, I got to get up Dexter's laboratory. Is it laboratory or laboratory? But you were trying to sound just like that character in Cartoon Network.
All right.
And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, they're definitely laughing.
I don't think many do.
Are you kidding me? It was one of the best Cartoon Network shows when I was a kid.
What a blast by Scotty Scheffler. It was 3 under through 9. Watch out for that man because he'll probably be. Scotty Scheffler is going. Well, it's down to rain now.
Is that a red flag or like wearing a green shirt when it's like the green jacket? Shouldn't you just wait to wear green until you win it?
He won it last year.
Or is he doing it as a defending champ? Like, hey, here's my defending.
You're damn
champ
right he is.
green. Okay.
No, I don't know.
It seemed a little aggressive.
I don't know if that's something that's tradition for the previous year's winner to wear a green shirt to open.
What was Hovland wearing today?
Oh, I loved it. That's why I placed a wager on him.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Just because of the
shirt.
What if the shirt tomorrow though isn't good?
It doesn't matter.
Are you gonna cash out?
I'm locked in 25-1 for
just because of the shirt, but the shirt might not come back tomorrow.
Victor Hovland. What a beautiful scene down there. You asked the question about the Live Tour, guys. If I could, just real fast on this.
Because that's a big part of this story, right?
Yeah, it is. Cam Smith 2 under, tied for 14. Phil Mickelson 2 under through 13. Damn. Patrick Reed, boo.
Have you seen photos
1
of
under.
Phil Mickelson recently?
He looks shook.
Yeah, it looks like he's aged about 20 years.
Yeah, he's got a lot of issues, man. You know, a lot of things going on mentally, taking its toll on him. And then, putting his neck on the line for all this nonsense with the Live. I'm sure nobody wants to be enemy number one. And it seems like he was probably at the top of that list, right? It was him and Greg Norman from the jump. I don't remember anybody else really being the bad guy to a point. I mean, nobody really wanted to hear Brooks or Bubba.
Mickelson basically took
the brunt.
Took the brunt of it, yeah.
Um,
because he was also the loudest and maybe the dumbest throughout it all. So that's kind of his fault.
That is true. And Kevin Na was he pulled out. He was 9 holes
said
in.
nah.
Yeah, he was like, "Nah, I'm out."
Sorry. Can we make that joke?
You just did.
Yeah.
All right, Rory stepping up. He's 1 over through 8. I believe this is a birdie putt, a lengthy birdie putt, probably about a good 30, 35 feet here. Yeah, about 30.
You're just going to wait for him to hit? I don't think that works live on air when you're like, oh, Rory McIlroy strikes the putt. Let's see if it goes in.
Well,
silence.
Well, no, what would have happened is you would have the crowd behind you and you would have heard.
Yeah, but we don't have the crowd.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to keep it going.
Okay, well, you did a long pause there.
Yeah, well, he didn't make it.
I'm going to need you to pay attention and focus on the show, Sean.
He came up well short. All right, enough messing around. Coming up at 4:30, we got Luke Arcani. He'll get us back.
If you want, I can give John Wick reviews. I watched all of them now.
You watched all?
I watched all 4 now John Wick movies.
No, I don't want John Wick reviews. I want to talk about the topics that are on our plate right now.
Yeah, John Wick's a big movie right now.
How was it?
That's all you're just going to ask me? How was it?
Yeah, it was.
It's fantastic. It's one of the best looking action movies I've ever seen.
Really?
Yes. One of the best shot, best looking.
The 4th one?
The 4th one. Yeah. So the first one, everybody liked because the plot of the first one, right?
No.
Because I think they showed it in trailers too. His dog dies in the first one. It happens in the beginning, like this little puppy, and they killed his puppy, and that's why he goes on this like revenge tour. And so everybody's like, oh, it's a nice like little emotional story, and then you get a bunch of action with it. But it was way too simple. And what they set up John Wick now is like, consequences for, all the things that he's done. And him trying to stay alive is getting a lot of other people killed, and how he kind of handles with those consequences. It is really good. It's subtle stuff. It's great character work. They don't try and dumb down the movie at all. They don't try and overshow everything. It's just really well done action with a solid story and a fantastic ending. So 10 out of 10. John Wick is probably the best movie I've seen so far this year. I still got to see Air, which everybody likes.
Ooh.
Yeah, Air apparently is a big one for everybody so far.
Yeah, I'm ready for Air.
Every time I see a trailer, though, I'm not going to lie, it looks terrible.
Well,
it is not a good trailer.
I don't think it's supposed to come off as like, you can't get past the fact that it's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
That's a part of it. That's
you see.
I'm not a big Affleck guy.
Oh yeah, well,
the one movie I did like
this.
him he was in was
he directed
he did.
this.
I like The Town. He was in The Town.
Town's great. Town's great. Yeah, he directed.
That's a great movie. But yeah, I'm not usually an Affleck guy, but it's doing very well, so I got to see it. But you got to admit that trailer looks terrible. That trailer looks awful. It looks like your generic type of movie based on real events. It's like, I don't know what it's going to add to the conversation or what good it does, but apparently it's really good.
I would say that when it comes to those movies, like I'm not expecting.
Because in the trailer, like, what do we call the shooter? And he's like, Air Jordan. He's like, oh, I don't know if I like that. Like, he said he doesn't know if he likes Air Jordan when we all know Air Jordan's great. How funny is that?
Yeah.
Like, okay, those jokes don't land for me. But I got to see it.
Well, you're not a big comic guy.
What do you mean I'm not a big comic guy? What do you think? I don't like fun?
Johnny
I
Fun.
don't like comedy. I love comedy.
Ooh, Scotty Scheffler leaving it. And that is
wow.
I thought that was going right into the bunker. I'm telling you, Scheffler's just
That is incredible.
It's not. I'm telling you, he's
got to be taking steroids.
It was the odds-on favorite to win. He is so dialed in.
Are there any PEDs for what he's doing, like to laser focus you like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's got to be some kind of cheating. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got to be cheating. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
He just hits it straight.
He's already had a few shots like that, right towards the cup there.
Him, John Rahm, Rory.
Yeah, Rahm
all freaks.
also.
They're all freaks. Yeah, Rahm opened up with a double bogey. He finished 7.
Yeah, rest of the way, right? Looked great.
Blue Yonder.
Shoot.
That's his sponsorship. All right, quickly, a couple other odds and ends before we bring on Luke here. We also got a great announcement involving Luke. So
Luke, do we got to do that every time he comes on?
Luke. All right, first and foremost, I would like to say that on Monday night when I went out for the national championship game, oh, by the way, I called my shot 3-0 ATS Final Four. Bang. UConn 10+. Dub. Bang. What a great tournament it was. And hopefully everybody followed along here on The Gambler and brace for winnings because we nailed it. Tansy and I, matter of fact, said 59. And I'll even take it another step further. When we were at Bankroll watching the final.
How was it?
It was incredible. Tucker, Gerald's son, and I were hanging out and, just shooting the breeze about, our thoughts on the game. And I go, final score, 71-59. And I put it in. The exact, it was 80-1.
No.
So he looked at me, he goes, dude, 59, I love that. He goes, can you bet that? Can you bet just 59 for San Diego State? And I go, I would assume somebody's got it. I pulled up
or like bet an
DraftKings.
under or something. Yeah.
They didn't. Well, yeah.
The total, I think, for San Diego State was 61.5.
Yeah, team total. You're right. But we wanted to just take a flyer on nailing the number. I swear to you. And he said, can you bet that? And I said, I would imagine somebody does. I don't think DraftKings does. So I flipped through, and the game started. Wasn't able to find it. And I don't think they offered just, hey, pick the final total for the losing team. I don't know. If not, let's get it going. Anyways, sure as hell, it hits on 59. And he calls over. We were sitting like right next to each other on in two sections of the area of the place. And he's like, dude, 59. I'm like, well, I'm already going nuts because we cashed in a big way. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on? So Tansy tweeted that out. I thought that was pretty cool to hit 59. It was right on. We were spot on with everything at that game. But during that game, I actually struck up a conversation with somebody who's pretty connected in the NFL community. And, I know that there are some people that have mutual friends with this gentleman. So I know that these words have been said before, but it was very interesting to hear from
who are you hanging out with?
Yeah, I'm hanging out. Well, Gerald. There you go. Gerald's connected. So yes. Gerald brought it up 2 weeks before that, saying Bijan Robinson, the guy that he spoke to, said that out of anybody he's ever scouted before, and he's been doing this for over 13, 14 years, I believe, is scouting for the NFL. He said Bijan Robinson was easily the number one player he's ever scouted. What he said, there's not a weakness. It's amazing what he does, with the catching out of the backfield, pass protection, the whole 9 yards. There's zero weakness with him. He was going nuts over him. I said, okay. Now,
I take him at 10.
I don't think Howie does.
No,
okay.
I would not either.
Okay.
I love Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, it's just tough to get behind that running back contract with what we know and how it works out. But I'm still believing that the Giants made the right decision with Saquon Barkley. Like, you can't, for all the people that told me that was the wrong decision, then where are they right now?
Yeah, I guess that's a tough conversation because I don't know if they made the wrong decision. I would not have done it, but they have a great player.
Yes.
And isn't that what you want out of the fourth overall pick? You just want a great player.
But
and whoever gets Bijan Robinson is going to get a great player.
Correct.
I just don't know if it's going to be worth whatever you're getting him at because the running back position just doesn't have that worth, especially for the Eagles. I know the Eagles are a big-time running team, but Miles Sanders is an okay back in this. He's a good back. But Miles Sanders, they got what? Second round?
Yep.
And he ended up being, over 1,000 yards. Like, this offense really runs behind that offensive line and Jalen Hurts.
So
and it doesn't need, Bijan Robinson to make it that much better.
I think Bijan Robinson is going to go probably top 5, top 8, top 7.
He's definitely not going top 5. He's definitely not going top 8.
All the quarterbacks. You don't think he's going top 8?
I don't think he was going top 8 either.
Okay.
I think he will be available for the Eagles at 10, and I think they'll pass. He'll be, I'll say he'll be top 15.
Now, quickly on this, because Luke's
it's top 5 you can't because, it's probably going to be 4 quarterbacks in the top 5.
Yeah, and that's where I was going. So, the conversation we had as well about all things NFL draft. And I was just peppering them. Bryce Young, what do you like? Same thing I've been saying. Same thing we've all been saying. He's dynamic. Accuracy's incredible. Able to read the field down.
It's the size, though.
It's the size, of course. Safe. The safest pick, CJ Stroud. And, he went into everything he does. Not really all that much weakness. Accuracy is there. Body size is there. Played well at Ohio State. It's the safer of the two. But
Anthony Richardson.
He did say
Anthony Richardson.
He's hearing that Anthony Richardson could be the overall number 1 pick.
Whoa!
That's what he said to me.
Whoa! I've been seeing that on my timeline a lot lately.
Yeah, and I saw a dude from The Ringer came out and made his
Benjamin
case.
Solak,
yeah, he made his case today. Now, I don't necessarily agree with it, though. And I would say that's a wrong.
I don't think a team is going to take him number 1 overall or number 2, but he's going top 5. Anthony Richardson is definitely going top 5. And he's better than Will Levis.
Oh, God, yeah.
He's so much better than Will Levis.
Well, I would take him over Will Levis all day. I just don't know.
Will Levis should not be in the top 5.
It's great to be a quarterback.
Yes, it is.
Do you have the NFL draft odds on BetParks? I'm not seeing it.
I don't think we have. I don't think we were allowed to get NFL draft
but I
odds.
was able to get them.
Were you in Jersey or something?
But I'm not logged.
I don't even think Jersey.
That's why I'm logged in right now, and that's why I'm not able to get it. Somebody log out here. I want to know those numbers. I'll give it to you on the other side because we got to take a timeout. I want to fire it up and see exactly what those odds are right now. Last time I checked on Monday night, I think he was 7-1. Is that worth a shot?
No.
At 7-1?
I can't do 7-1 on Chatter. And like this guy could be a number 1 overall pick. Because I'm sure there are teams that are saying that too. He could be. But at the end of the day, are they going to take that chance on Anthony Richardson at number 1? And to me, the answer to that is no. For the longest time, I didn't even think it would be CJ Stroud, but it looks like it's going to be Stroud.
I'm still believing it's going to be Bryce Young.
Are you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still believing.
I was standing strong on that because I thought it was all kind of smoke and mirrors by Carolina. Just to, say, oh, we're going to go different than what you think and what we're going to do just so they're not playing their hand in public. But it does seem like CJ Stroud might be the guy. I don't know if I agree with that, but yeah.
Do you know that we have win totals out there at a number of these places? I don't think we've ever talked about the win totals for the NFL, and I don't really care to get into them right now. But
why'd you mention?
Did you know what the Eagles are?
Oh, they're 10.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw
They're
that.
up there, and I think San Francisco is 11.
Correct. 11.5. Yeah.
And Kansas City, 11.
Interesting. All right. Plenty to discuss there. All right. Well, we got, though, is Luke Arcaney coming up on the other side from the LibertyLine.com. Luke's going to join us, and we're going to have a special announcement with our good friend Luke. A lot to discuss. Do not go anywhere. You like to take a roll on. Victor. Back at this.
Register to win free readers for a year. Visit foxphlgambler.com/readers.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Couple crashes to watch for. One in Lower Providence, Trooper Road at Ridge Pike. One in Norristown at Stanbridge Street in Marshall. Mainly just volume delays on the major roadways. Eastbound Schuylkill Heavy getting on at 202. And so Blue Route to Belmont and Jam Montgomery Drive to South. Westbound Schuylkill Heavy University to Girard and Jam Boulevard to Belmont. 95 northbound stop and go Girard up to Bridge. Southbound Heavy Cottman to Bridge. And backed up 420 to the Common to Barry. Blue Route southbound, Jan approaching Broomall to Media Swile for 42 South, so off the wall, Whippany Creek Road. All right, to tell total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
Drought, war, and rising food prices have doubled the number of families facing malnutrition. You can help. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
I'm not even mad that I've never experienced that so-called brotherly love you all brag about here in Philly. I wouldn't expect that being a huge rival and all.
That's football legend and all-time rushing leader Emmitt Smith.
Even though we've been on different sides of the field, I'm still going to extend some kindness to you folks and tell you all about a way to get relief from that awful joint pain without surgery or harmful medications. That's QC Kinetics.
They're the nation's leader in regenerative treatments that go right to the source of your pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back, using your natural healing properties right in the office. No downtime to get you the relief you deserve.
See, we're all in this together when it comes to getting relief from that nagging joint pain. I'm glad I can show you some brotherly love, Philly.
Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 215-999-3000. That's 215-999-3000. 215-999-3000.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
CEOs you should know, brought to you by Comcast Business.
Charmaine Matlock-Turner, CEO, the Urban Affairs Coalition. The Urban Affairs Coalition was founded with the idea that we could really drive change. It was the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King that brought Philadelphians together. And so the coalition was born in 1969. We have over 80 programs and projects that are part of the coalition family, and we work with about another 80 that are also doing terrific work in the community. So to me, the most important thing is that the community has not given up on looking to drive change. My very first job, I was about 12 years old. I was in North Garden, Virginia, working for my grandfather, who put people together in order for us to go and pick peaches. The first day that I went to pick peaches, I picked one and I think I ate two, picked another one and then ate two. And by lunchtime, my stomach was like killing me. I sat down under my grandfather's truck and he came over to me and he poked me with a stick and said, "Gal, if you do that tomorrow, you're fired." It was one of the most important life lessons that I've learned. If you say you're going to do something, you have to be committed to it. If you're given a second chance, you should take full advantage of it. The easiest, quickest way to get to us is uac.org.
This episode is brought to you by Comcast Business. Every day in business is a big day. Comcast Business will keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh yeah, like bringing brownies to a dinner party. But I never bring brownies with nuts, because not everyone likes nuts, so they wouldn't eat those brownies. And even people who do like nuts will still eat brownies without them. Why? Because they're brownies.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Hey, man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No, call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, that's topdoglaw.com.
Born again, there's new grass on the field. Around the third and headed for home. It's a brown-eyed, handsome man. Anyone can understand
Look at me. I can be center field.
And is it still sunny outside? I'm just curious. Is it still
Do you want
sunny?
me to go outside and look?
Just peek out the window.
Wait, for real?
No, because it would take you to go on the other side of it.
No. You know what? I'll go get some water.
All right.
I'll take a lap around.
Do that. Tell me
I'll
what
let you
the
know.
weather.
I'll give you a weather report.
Thank you. Because
I'll be your human Doppler.
Because I was under the impression when I looked at the Doppler that the rain would not the rain was not coming till about 7:30, 8 o'clock this evening, which means that I believe they could have got opening day in here at Citizens Bank Park. But it is what it is. On to the next one. It's going to be played tomorrow and it's supposed to have good weather over the next 3 days. Now, joining us on the Gambler Hotline, ladies and gentlemen, today is a special day for us on the station. We continue to add to the roster. Yes, and we're giving you the best voices around, people that have already been involved with us and just looking to do bigger and better things for us here on The Gambler. And this gentleman is the definition of that. Mr. Luke Arcani is now our go-to for all things Philadelphia Phillies and Major League Baseball. He will be our Phillies insider for the 2023 season, and he's joining us right now. Luke, can't thank you enough. You and I have been talking a ton behind the scenes. I know what you bring to the boys over there at thelibertyline.com, but really excited what we're going to be able to do together here on The Gambler, talking all things Phillies, even though, and you know what, it's even better for us because of the sluggish start. There's a lot more things to discuss. If this team is 5-1, everybody's all sunshine and daydreams and ice cream cones and everything's great, but they're struggling. So that's why it's important to have somebody that you can go to for all things Phils. Luke Arcani, our Philadelphia Phillies insider for us on The Gambler. Welcome to the team, Luke. Can't thank you enough, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, did I ruin Luke's?
Luke's
Yeah, you did ruin
screaming
it.
It's cloudy.
You did. Yeah, John Jansen just came back and said it's cloudy, but that's all right.
It is cloudy. I can see that.
Yeah.
For sure, cloudy. Looks like it's going to pour eventually.
Yeah, it does. It does. Now, Luke, you are a man who lives and dies by the Doppler, right? I would be. Am I guessing right?
Are you a Doppler guy?
Yes and no.
You got to be a Doppler. If you work on a golf course, you got to be a Doppler guy.
Yeah, I mean, not really.
What?
Kind of. I mean, I'm not out there like mowing the grass and stuff like that on the golf course.
No, but
sitting in an office all day.
Yeah, but the golf courses revolve around the weather. Whether you're at the front desk, you're the lady, the cart girl, I wish, man, they make so much money. Come on.
Oh my God.
Do they?
Oh.
Yeah, but the things that they hear, come on, they deserve every penny.
Man, it's bad.
You people are terrible. You people out there are terrible. Yeah, don't be talking dirty to the cart girl. It could be somebody's daughter.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's nasty. All right.
Could be.
Yeah, it is.
Has to be somebody's
It is
daughter.
somebody's
what do you mean
daughter.
it could be?
All right. Anyways,
Where else would they be coming from?
you're an idiot. Leave me alone.
I'm an idiot.
Yes. Leave me alone. All right.
Could be.
Luke Arcani, welcome to the team.
I could be somebody's son. Who knows?
Of course. The Liberty Line, you've been killing it over there with Drew and the boys. I need you to give me just a quick 30 to 60 seconds breakdown on what exactly transpired. Unfortunately, I was unable to be here live yesterday, so I did not get the one-on-one from Drew. But in your opinion, what the hell happened at Yankee Stadium that got Drew and Dunphy thrown out of the game? Can you tell us that?
So listen, we were sitting there, everyone had some drinks in them, blah, 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 whatever. We were getting smoked by that point. So realistically, the game didn't really matter at that point. I think we were down like 8-1. And we were sitting there and Yankees fans were starting to cheer at us. And then we were starting to go back at them. And all of a sudden I hear an Eagles chant break out and it's from Dunphy. And he's about like a row or two back from us. And we're sitting there and like everyone's getting all riled up. And all of a sudden we turn around and this is when at this point, like we're recording everything, obviously. And we turn around and there's about 11 NYPD security guards that are standing right behind Dunphy. And we're just like, what the heck? So Drew's like, go. So we get up, whatever. We walk back there. And they're kicking Dunphy out for taking his shirt off, something that he does at every single sporting event that he's ever went to.
Is it illegal
right?
for you not to have a shirt on at Yankee Stadium?
I don't know. It seems like everything's illegal at Yankee Stadium. That place stinks.
Okay.
But so they never really even gave Dunphy an option to just put his shirt back on. They walked up to him and said you need to leave. So everyone was obviously confused. Everyone was raining down booze on the security guards, blah blah blah. So we go up with Drew leading the way, trying to figure out what's happening, like why he's getting kicked out. And Drew starts talking to this man who is just in like a plain black polo. And so we didn't really think he worked there, and we still don't believe that he does. But he basically says to Drew, like, now that you started arguing with us, you're kicked out too. So here we are, 10 security guards, right? Walking Drew and Dunphy out of the stadium. And it was so random because it's something that Dunphy, like, that's like a huge part of Dunphy's brand.
Dunphy, yeah.
To go to these stadiums, rip out all the sick tattoos that he has on his body. And it's not like he was like running around the stadium, like throwing stuff at people. Like, he literally just took his shirt off.
Not cursing or anything? No cursing?
No.
Okay.
No curse words.
Good.
Nothing.
Nice work.
Nothing that would get him kicked out at any stadium.
Yeah, they just wanted to do
Yankee
it.
Stadium.
Yeah, they just wanted to do it.
So I mean, it was a funny scenario.
What inning again? What inning was this?
It was going into, I believe it was the middle of the seventh, or
Okay.
it was either going into the seventh or the middle of the seventh inning.
That's
So
a good time.
we were down 8-1. Everyone was getting all riled up, and obviously the New York security guards, they didn't like Dunphy's tattoos.
Yeah.
But no, we had a great time. It was fun. We had an awesome time. Definitely, I said definitely a stadium I wouldn't run back to.
Okay.
But it was a cool stadium to at least like go to once.
Yeah, no doubt.
Have you
ever been to Citi Field?
I have not. I've only been to.
Place is a monster.
I've only been to the Bank, Yankee Stadium, and the Orioles Stadium.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing I would say about Citi Field. I would say you have to go to Citi Field just to see how big this place is. I mean, it swallows Citizens Bank Park. It is just.
Oh yeah.
It's monster, right? And but I never really enjoyed. I've been to 2 games up there. I didn't really enjoy it all that much. I mean, whatever. But as far as just the scene, I mean, it's incredible. But I'm sure that Yankee Stadium is similar. Also, quick note on Dunphy. One time I did a couple videos out in the parking lot for Eagles, and I saw him and I gave him a hug. This was probably like November. He had no shirt on. Of course, we were out there. We're all fired up. Dude was like an ice cube. Like, he was solid as a rock, like that kid. The fact that I don't even know how old he is, but the bottom line is he rolls around with no shirt on, no matter the weather. And it's just, I can't believe that it just doesn't bother him. I mean, he was frozen like an ice cube. And I'm like, dude, please don't die on us. But it's what he does, man. You can't make Dunphy put a shirt on. Come on, man.
No.
Ridiculous.
Can't do that.
All right, let's talk about some actual business on the field.
Should we all take our shirt off now?
No,
for in
definitely
honor
not.
of Dump.
I got one tattoo, and it's probably worse than
come on.
Worse than anything.
I'm not on camera.
Anything
so
that Dunphy
nobody's
has
seeing
on
me.
his body, I promise you that.
And Luke doesn't have to do it because nobody can vouch for him.
So let's talk a little about.
Mainly, you just have to take your shirt off in honor of Dump.
And you got a better chance of seeing Jesus walk through and grabbing Mike 3 over there than me.
It's gonna happen soon. Jesus is gonna come by at some point.
Let's talk about the 1-5 fighting Phils here. And look, I'm not trying to say I told you so, but at the end of the day, Luke, people gave me crap for being somewhat of a Negadelphia guy. So now it all plays out to where I was correct with my take. I'm not banging the drum going, look at me, but I'm not surprised that this team is struggling. Offensively, they're missing Reese. Reese, we know what he brings to the table. We know that he's a guy that can come through in the clutch. We know if he gets it going, streaking, whatever. Of course, Bryce Harper, I think he brings a hell of a lot more to the table than just his batting average and everything that comes with him stepping up to the box. He's the backbone of the operation. So I'm not surprised that this team currently sits at 1-5. And as John Jansen correctly pointed, they haven't even played a home game yet. But Should we be concerned? That's the question. Do you foresee the struggles continuing here for this team, or do you think, you know what, let's get it back, home cooking, let's see what they can do at home against the Reds here, and we'll go from there?
No, I think the easy thing to say is that they need to just get home, which I think is true. Listen, I'm not going to say that they would have started 6-0 or 5-1, but it's absolutely insane to me that a team that wins the National League starts with 6 games on the road. I just think I don't think that's really how that should work, but that's not really important, I guess. But I don't think there's a reason to be worried. Obviously, they're not playing great baseball. I think deep down, everyone probably expected them to have a slow start, even though we didn't want to admit it. Obviously, when you lose Bryce, Reese, Ranger, obviously for the first month, it's probably looking like now. You're obviously going to struggle, and then you have Brandon Marsh as a late scratch. You lose Derek Hall. So the injury bug has definitely hit them pretty bad. But I still think they're a good baseball team. I still think they have guys that can obviously make plays, and I think they're going to be okay. There's no reason for them to not be okay. I mean, they have the Reds and the Marlins. I believe their next 10 games are all against the Reds and the Marlins. So there's obviously room to make up some ground there. Those teams both aren't really that good. So obviously the instant reaction is for everyone to be worried, but I think deep down it was kind of easy to see it happening, but I don't think there's any reason to really be worried about the season in general.
Okay. Let's go around the horn and talk a little bit about some players and what you're seeing so far and strengths and weaknesses and expectations moving forward. And of course, I want to look at Trey Turner right from the start. Your thoughts after watching him in 6 regular season games, and the expectations for Trey Turner coming in so far. Your thoughts on what you're seeing so far from Trey Turner?
I mean, yeah, he's doing everything that he's always done, right? He's hitting the ball all around the field. He's hitting triples. He's hitting doubles. He's doing everything he needs to, and obviously it's not a one-man game, so that's a good reason of why they're not winning so much right now. If this was a one-man game, they'd probably be 5-1, 6-0 with Trey, but it's not. I really like what I'm seeing out of Bryson Stott. He leads the team in batting average right now, 23 at bats. He has 11 hits. I believe 13 total bases. He looks comfortable at the plate, which is something that he never really looked comfortable last year. I think he was finding his sprees throughout the season last year, but I don't think there was ever really a long period of time where he looked truly he looked almost like ready last year. And I think he's really settling in. I mean, I believe someone tweeted out the other day, he's hitting 303 over his last 58 regular season games, which hey, if you can do that for a whole season, that is more than ideal.
Now, let me stop you there. Why is he not an everyday starter? Should he be an everyday starter versus no matter who the starting pitcher is, righty, lefty? Bryson Stott, what are you seeing so far? Would you have him starting every game?
Yeah, I think there's absolutely no reason for him not to start every game. Obviously, I think he struggled a little more last year with the splits, but if the Phillies want to put a consistent team together, you need to work through the struggles of either hitting against lefties or hitting against righties. And I think we've seen so far that some of the moves that Rob Thompson has made hasn't worked. Listen, I held out hope for Christian Pashy, and I hope he steps it up, but I really don't want to see him back out there.
That bat's not going to turn around soon. He should probably be in the minor leagues, right? I think so.
Yeah, I mean, he's had 6 at bats. He hasn't gotten on base one time, and he's left 9 runners on base. It's not going to get the job done. And obviously, I think that was more of Marsh being hurt that one game, but there was one game in the Texas series. I think it was the 3rd game of the Texas series where he started over Marsh, and I just don't think that should happen. I think this is the time of year where you need to work through those struggles against lefties or righties. And I think that, listen, I think Bryson Stott needs to be in the lineup every day. I think Marsh needs to be in the lineup every day. Obviously, now you're going to get a lot more about Bowman first, so I think you're going to be seeing a little more movement around the infield. You'll get a lot of Edmundo Sosa over at third. They just called up Cody Clemens, who is a left-handed bat. Obviously, I think some people, as myself, had a feeling it might have been Scott Kingery, but I think they did really want to bring up a left-handed bat, and I think that was the main reason why after they lost Derek Hall. And obviously, if Marsh maybe isn't ready for the next game. But yeah, I mean, I think if you truly want to develop Stott, and I think he really is on his way there, he has to be in the lineup every day.
All right, let's talk some pitching. And without going into the wildness that is the Aaron Nola conversation, just your concerns. 2 starts in, 8 earned runs, a bunch of hits. You know, this is a guy that's on a contract year you thought would be pitching a little bit better. Again, 2 starts in, feel like I got to qualify it. It's going to probably, have 34, 36, 38 starts after it's all said and done, correct? But your thoughts as far as right now, where are you at when it comes to a concern level over Aaron Nola in the start of the season?
I wouldn't say concern, just because whether or not he's at his best or he's around middle of the pack, he always does settle in. I think obviously he's gotten off to a pretty rough start. 9 innings pitched, 8 earned runs, 11 hits, 1 home run. Obviously not normal Aaron Nola numbers, but I think if there's one thing that we've learned about Nola since he's been here is that even if he's not always consistent on specifically the day that he's pitching, I think he's always been sort of a statistically okay numbers to get you through a season. I mean, he's shown that over the years. And which it was wild because the first game was one of the first times in a while that I've seen Nola have some serious runs on the board for him early, and he unfortunately gave it away. But I thought his start against the Yankees was a lot better than his start against the Rangers. I think his 4th inning against the Rangers he was just all over the place. I think the Yankees were a little less hard hits against him. Yeah, I mean, I'll never be too concerned about Nola just because I have seen what he does and what he is able to do. But obviously, there's no doubt that he didn't get off on the right foot this season.
All right. Again, we will see what happens tomorrow. Wheeler getting the start tomorrow. I believe, let's see, DraftKings got us a number up there, John Jansen. What are we looking at for tomorrow? Sorry, I should have had this. It is a minus 195 number attached to Zach Wheeler.
That sounds about
Hunter
right.
Green getting a start for the Reds. So if the Phillies don't win tomorrow, I'm going to be joining those juveniles downtown and running around like a maniac. All right. Is that okay?
Where were you at, Luke Arcani?
Yeah, where were you at? Were you running around with those young whippersnappers downtown last night?
No.
Minus 195 on DK, plus 165 for Hunter Green. But I would imagine that the Phils are going to come away with an opening day victory, a home opener tomorrow afternoon at 3:05. I'm sure we could all agree on that one. Let's talk some big picture MLB, Luke. The number one surprise to you. Let's talk team first. Who's catching your attention and surprising you 6-7 games in so far?
I wouldn't say necessarily surprising me, but I think obviously the biggest eye catcher right now is the Rays. They've just been on an absolute tear. They've been hitting the ball. I mean, they've won. After opening day, they've put up 12 runs, 5, 6, 10, and 7. They've just really been hitting the ball. They've had good pitching. They've been a big surprise. Wander Franco's been killing it. He has, in 24 bats, he has 3 doubles, 10 hits, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs with a 1.27 OPS. He's been absolutely hammering the ball around. Rays have been really impressive. I think the Orioles, kind of like we talked about, have kind of got off to a slower-ish start. They're right around 500 right now. I did love watching their new top prospect pitch the other day, Grayson Rodriguez. He's cool. He's a big dude. He can really throw the ball. So that was fun. And nothing else really. I mean, everything so far has been pretty, I guess, expected.
Okay.
The Rangers sitting in the top of the West, that's a little help from the Phillies.
Yep.
But obviously the Astros off to a slow start. Maybe the Mariners all the way down there at 2-5. But
Yeah, and I
don't think any
caught
crazy surprises.
I
so
caught a
far.
game with the Seattle Mariners the other night. I forget who they were playing. I think it was the
it the
Angels.
Angels?
It
Yeah.
was the
The
Angels.
Angels,
And there
yeah.
was nobody in that ballpark. Shame on the Mariner fans.
Yeah.
You
they're-
just made you had an unbelievable season last year. You got Julio Rodriguez. You had Shohei Ohtani in town.
I was about to say, I mean,
And the
last
place
night
was
there
empty.
had to have been.
And the place was
Ohtani was
empty.
on the mound.
The place was empty. So I don't know. I don't know what was going on that night. Maybe the Kraken are pulling everybody out there in Seattle. But come on, man. Support the Mariners. Let's go here. All right. Luke Arcani. Great stuff as usual. Really excited about what we got cooking here on The Gambler. Tomorrow, we're going to be live at Xfinity Live from 11 to 1 p.m. Of course, we'll replay it throughout the course of the afternoon as the Phillies open up shop at home against the Cincinnati Reds. Luke, I'm going to get you on in that second hour. I'll have you call in around 12:30, sir, so we'll connect tomorrow. But I'm looking forward to getting all of this rolling here for us on the station. Of course, talking Phils and Major League Baseball. You're going to be seeing a lot of Luke on the socials, giving us plays. And you can always read Luke, long form, and a number of other things he does over at thelibertyline.com. Luke Arcani, can't thank you enough, sir. Looking forward to this season, my friend.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys.
Excellent. There he is once again on the Gambler Hotline. John Jansen?
Sean Brace.
Anything surprising you so far, 6 games in?
Ooh, surprising me so far. I mean, the Angels are 4-2, and they've looked okay through the first part of the season. Rangers, they just had obviously they swept the Phillies, but they're 4-2.
I got one for you.
The Rangers spent a lot of money, so they had to have shown something, and at least they did. What do you got?
I believe one of, if not the lowest run total or win total as far as Major League Baseball is concerned was the Pittsburgh Pirates. And they're 4-2.
Yeah, I didn't get that because they at least have some really good young players.
Yeah.
Obviously, O'Neal Cruz being one of them.
The Cruz Missile, baby. Give me the
But can
t-shirt.
Brian Hayes?
Give me the t-shirt. Cruz Missile. I love that.
I think it's Carlos Santana getting a home run.
Brooks Koepka ends his day with a 7 under 65. He is now.
Also, did you
tied.
see these in the studio? I've been
Talk.
meaning to talk the sandwich chips.
Oh, no, I did not see.
You did not see that. Okay, so there was a whole box of them.
What do you
was
got?
Plopped in.
Toss one over.
It's mustard. That's the only one I got, and I was gonna eat that, so don't take all of them. But so it is meant to put the chip on. You know how people sometimes put chips in the sandwich, on the sandwich. That's what these are meant for. So there was sweet onion,
And
which
pickle.
is the one, and spicy pickle. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were ready for that.
That was a terrible toss.
Well, it was over. If you were ready, you would have caught it.
I don't know if I would have.
He
That was
always-
coming in
Come
hot,
on, man.
hot and high.
Stay ready.
That was high heat, baby.
Stay ready.
I don't know if I was catching up with that.
Stay ready, and you don't have to get ready.
Stay ready, meaning like at any point something could just be tossed over my way, and I just got to stay ready.
That's right. All right. Rory.
You want me to do a taste test?
On the other side, 5 o'clock hour, John Jansen taste test. Daily ticket. We got Mark Henry Jr., who I believe had an under on the Pirates. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he'll join us fresh out of the dentist chair. My man's been getting a lot of dental work, but he's doing all right. And you know what?
Wait, more dentist stuff?
Yeah, he said he was. Well, he probably had to go back and make sure.
Oh,
everything's good,
yeah.
But he deserves a lot of credit because my man went to the dentist and did a full show on 2 Saturdays ago, and he's an animal. He's Mark Henry Jr., host of the Tough Cover Show. He'll join us at 5:30. Shout out to Luke Arcani joining the squad, and of course Sean Bernard a little earlier today. We announced our 76ers insider Sean Bernard and Luke Arcani, who you just heard, will now be covering all things Phillies and MLB for us here on The Gambler. You will hear both of those gentlemen throughout seasons and on socials, giving you all insight as far as wagering is concerned. We're going to be doing a lot more with the Zoom recording before the shows go live, all that good stuff. filling up your timeline. All right. Daily Ticket rolling on. Don't go anywhere more after this.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, Navage, clean nose, healthy life.
Jake from State Farm here to answer your what ifs.
What if I need a policy, but I just can't choose?
An agent can help you choose. At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Paid for by government.com.
The 1878 to 1921 Morgan silver dollar, a true American classic and one of the most iconic silver dollar coins in history. It's been 100 years since the last Morgan silver dollar coin was struck for circulation. And now, for a limited time only, full pound bags of original U.S. government struck Morgan dollars are being released to the public. That's right. You can own a full pound of 1878 to 1921 classic American Morgan silver dollar coins, all in very good collector condition with fully visible dates and mint marks, guaranteed. Call 1-800-721-0383 now to secure collector-grade U.S. Morgan silver dollars by the pound, struck during the Wild West and the Gilded Age. Plus, receive a bonus American Collector's Pack valued at over $25, free with every order. Call 1-800-721-0383 now to secure your full pound bag of Morgan silver dollar coins before they are gone. 1-800-721-0383. That's 1-800-721-0383.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-290-5599. That's 1-800-290-5599.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
When your ride fires on all cylinders, so do you. That's why Napa is on a mission to keep you in motion. With nearly 6,000 Napa Auto Parts stores and over 17,000 Napa Auto Care centers, the Napa Network has everything you need to get up and go.
I'm 6 ABC Action News meteorologist Brittany Boyer with your latest forecast. We're tracking a cold front tonight that's pretty much going to wipe away the very warm summer-like temperatures we had today. That cold front will touch off a few showers and thunderstorms, some of which could produce locally damaging wind gusts and even hail. Temperatures tonight fall to 52 in Philadelphia. Friday is breezy and much cooler with more clouds than sun with a high of 60.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You'd do anything to keep your vehicle happy. Let's make sure it stays running smoothly. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, the right parts are just a click away. When you see the green check, you know that part will fit. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
We jet up on the Schuylkill westbound University Teacher Board where the off-ramp's partially blocked with a disabled vehicle. Further west, Kennedy Boulevard to Belmont. Eastbound Schuylkill so getting on at 202 Blue Route to Belmont. Then jam Montgomery Drive to South. 95 northbound, stop and go Girard up the bridge. Southbound, so Cotman Bridge and 420 to the Commodore Barry. Blue Route southbound, Jan approaching Broomall to Media Swarthmore, while whipping heavy into New Jersey down to 42 South of Creek Road. Laura Tutela, total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
Drought, war, and rising food prices have doubled the number of families facing malnutrition. You can help. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brandt, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of audio.
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing in other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh, yeah, like bringing brownies to a dinner party. But I never bring brownies with nuts, because not everyone likes nuts, so they wouldn't eat those brownies. And even people who do like nuts will still eat brownies without them. Why? Because they're brownies.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
O'Reilly. Is your vehicle no longer stopping like it used to? Don't miss spring brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Our professional parts people will help you find the brake parts and supplies you need. Now through April 25th, get 15% off when you buy a set of Brake Best Select or Import Direct brake pads and 2 rotors. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Your home for Villanova basketball is WDAS and WD273D. Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. That's Bills.
Enter now.
You heard the man. Get over to FoxPHLGambler.com and enter the keyword for your chance to win $1,000. Once again, FoxPHLGambler.com.
I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I done said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line. I've been on the right trip, but I must have used the wrong car. Hit us in a bad place, and I wonder what's good for. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. My head is in a bad place, but I'm having such a good time. I've been running, trying to get hung up in my mind. Just got to give myself a good talking to this time.
Yeah, it's the Daily
Just need
Ticket.
a little brain
Yeah,
power.
you got Sean Brace, John Jansen, and we are with you. Unfortunately, the Phillies were supposed to be playing today. It did not happen, but we roll on till tomorrow. Live from Xfinity Live, 11 to 1 p.m. An extended edition of Baseball Brunch. Chris Sack leading the charge. No G Murph. Murph has got some other things going on. So I'm sliding into the co-host chair. And we'll have Jansen back at the studio. Of course, she'll be giving us your takes. And Slash down there with us as well. So a lot of fun to be had live from 1100 Social. Of course, it's all part of the Green Legion tailgate coming your way. So hopefully tomorrow, as we just heard, it's supposed to be a little chill. Yeah, I mean, 60s. I don't know if that qualifies as chill, but there's going to be wind, and it's supposed to be chilly tonight. So the storm that's coming in is going to push the warm weather out. And
Wait, really? We're back to cold?
Yeah.
See, I can't do back and forth.
Well, that's
Pick
what,
one.
That's what comes this time of year.
I don't like that.
A little rain, a little this, a little that.
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to go back to like the 50s and the 60s. What is this?
Yeah. It's April, that's why. Jordan Spieth on the tee here as we have the Masters live. Spieth did not like his tee shot there, but he is 3 under throughout the course of the day. He's on 12 right now, so I'll take that as someone that I have a future on. I also have a top 5 and outright on Jordan Spieth. So I had 5 plays. 6 now that I added Victor Hovland into the mix, but my 5 heading in pre-tournament were I gave them out yesterday. If you missed it, but I backed Jordan Spieth for top 5 and outright. I also backed who the hell did I back yesterday? Jeez, that's just a bad job by me.
You're doing great.
Yeah, I mean, Bryson DeChambeau to miss the cut, which is my favorite play that I put out there. And look, I just look at what Bryson has been able to do, and he's a little bit of a head case, so I'm all right with that. Also, Cam Smith. I did go down the path of the Live Tour, somebody that has won it before, but his odds jumped, and I didn't understand why, so I was a little worried about that, but I think he finished 2 under on the day, so good start from the Aussie Cam Smith. All right, John Jansen, Sean Brace with you here. We were talking a little bit about the NFL and the upcoming draft that's fast approaching here. But I don't know if John wants to do that here because he's got himself a bag of chips.
I do.
So I
want to try these. Oh, man, that is when they say bold, just smell that. There's a lot of flavor and smell coming out of that. That is strong. Did you get yourself one?
Got myself one.
That is a strong smell.
These are the mustards. So you're supposed to put these chips on the sandwich. Here we go.
Mm-hmm. That is mustard. Oh, I like that a lot more than I thought.
Yeah, it's chips.
I know what I don't like the ketchup ones.
Well, are they sweet?
Yeah, like ketchup ones are a little too sweet. It doesn't taste enough like ketchup. I didn't like it. This is good.
Yeah, those are good.
I actually think out of all the condiment flavors, this one might be the best I've tried so far.
That was very good. It's a good chip. Hers makes great chips.
I can see why. It's a good idea, by the way, to make chips.
Oh, it's a great
for just to put on sandwiches. Because I know people do that all the time.
Great idea.
Because I just love the crunch of it, but I love that now there are flavors tailored to it, and I would definitely do it. That's a good chip.
All right, let me get one more.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get one more. Sure, everybody loves this on air.
Yeah, I'm trying not to crunch it. Oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah, that's good. Pick them up, people.
I might even put these on a hot dog, like a hot dog bun, and crumble these in there.
I
Get a
mean,
li- get a little
come on,
crunch to it.
man. A hot dog's a hot dog. You're not supposed to be living it up with a hot dog.
Are you one of
it's a
those glizzy gatekeepers? Get the hell
I'm
out
not
of
a
here.
glizzy gatekeeper.
You're a glizzy gatekeeper.
You can put whatever you
can't
want
put
on it.
mustard and ketchup on your hot
No,
dog.
I did not say
Don't
that.
do it.
But when you start putting, let me do this, little onion relish, mustard, ketchup, chips.
Yeah, I like
cheese,
putting
tater
relish.
tots, mac
I like
and
putting
cheese. I'm like,
relish.
all right, calm down. It's a
Relish,
hot dog. It's
ketchup,
a hot dog.
and mustard on a hot dog.
We don't even know where it comes from. It's like the leftover of pig.
I don't care.
You're trying to spice it up like it's a filet mignon.
But it's amazing and convenient and tastes really good.
Yeah, I do like a good hot dog. I haven't had a hot dog in a minute. You know what? Here's the deal, though. When I go to Citizens Bank Park, they have the best sausage and peppers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's right behind home plate. I do it every year. I'm actually dreaming about it right now. Although, tomorrow's going to be a madhouse.
I do like the sausage and peppers better, and you get the hot
It's gonna be
mustard.
43,000
like the brown mustard to
people
put all over it.
jammed in that place
Mhm.
tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be brutal.
But you're right. I love hot dogs, especially at baseball games. I love it to death.
Baseball!
But sausage and peppers.
Yeah, that's wheelhouse material right there. The sausage and peppers, the S&Ps, if you know what I mean. All right, let's talk some baseball here because we do have some games that are going off this evening, including the Padres and Braves. We got Strider and Snell, which should be a good matchup on paper. Dodgers and Diamondbacks a little bit later as well. Dustin May back on the bump. Kelly getting a start for the Diamondbacks game being played in Arizona. Correct me if I'm wrong. Arizona took a couple from them to open up the season, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I think that was a 4-game series, and I think it was split.
Talk to me about those two games specifically. Anything there from a gambling standpoint?
Well, the one I did like, and I knew the number was going to go up, and I think it did, was actually the Dodgers, because Dustin May got off to a great start, and he pitched against Arizona. So they lost that game. It was 2-1. Arizona won it, and Merrill Kelly pitched. Merrill Kelly only pitched 3 2/3, and you're not going to win many games when your starting pitcher pitches that much. But I feel like because Merrill Kelly has, some pedigree and is a decent pitcher, like this should be a higher price for Dustin May, and I want to try and get these prices now before Dustin May continues to pitch really well and before his injury. And he was injured all year last year. I think he pitched 6 games. He came back in August and pitched a couple games in August, a few games in September. Not September, whatever it is. I don't know. But he pitched like 6 games, and that's it. And then he was kind of shut down late in the season, didn't pitch in the playoffs. And so Dustin May, though, before that, was highly touted, great arm, was pitching really well. And so I think by the end of the season, we're probably going to, if all things go right and May's healthy, I think we're going to be calling May the best pitcher in the Dodgers rotation, even better than Julio Urias, who I would consider the best pitcher in their rotation right now. I think he has that potential. And when the Dodgers have their best pitcher on the mound, they're usually going to be like a -175, -180 favorite. But that's not going to happen right now because Dustin May isn't considered that. I think -157's a really good price for the Dodgers up against the Arizona Diamondbacks team. I don't think is very good. Diamondbacks are hitting somewhat well or playing somewhat well, but overall, take a look at all the numbers. Dodgers are slugging better. Their on-base percentage is better. So they're hitting better. They're going to be pitching better. And I just think Dustin May is getting a really good price right now, considering he might be their best starting pitcher by the end of the season. So I love that number. The Braves and Padres, I think that's way too high of a number. As much as I don't like Blake Snell, -165 is pretty hefty of a price to pay for Blake Snell being on the mound and also the Padres lineup. Now, Spencer Strider, as we know, probably one of the best pitchers on the Braves.
Love him.
He's going to be a stud this season. So Strider's really good, and I get the -165. It's just that's way too high of a price to pay for me against the opposing team that has a really good lineup, and Snell is still capable of throwing out some good numbers. But yeah, I'm just going to stay away from that one. I think the Braves probably should have been like a -155, and to see it at my -165 is just way too high.
All right, and again,
But I also got my first bet of the day very, very wrong. I had the White Sox against the Giants. That did not go up.
let me pull up this number before I go a little too crazy here. But
By the way, the Giants won 16-6.
Sorry to hear that.
And I had the White Sox. Okay.
No, not how you draw it up.
Thanks, Sean.
But I do want to say that, he's not playing all that well. So, again, it's way too early to go too crazy.
Who's not playing all that well?
Conforto. He got a couple base hits that I was watching. He's only got 3, though. Huh? All right. I'm a huge fan of him. And what was the price tag that he ended up signing with the Giants?
I'll have to look that up.
They overpaid for him because they went through the nonsense with Judge.
Yes.
So I'm sure he got paid. So it would have been out of the price range, but I was a fan of him, and I could not believe that nobody really
2 years, $36 million.
Is that as far as contracts are concerned?
Yep. I mean, $18 million a year. Yeah, it's maybe a little bit overpaying for Conforto, but it's only 2 years, and as you just said, they kind of got stuck because they didn't get Judge.
The Giants hit 13 home runs in the series against the White Sox. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Is that a team we're sleeping on, in your opinion? 6-7 games in.
I feel like we always do that with the Giants because we look at the lineup and it's just not enough guys that we think are good.
But 2 years
it's like
ago,
the
they
Tampa
were
Bay
incredible.
Rays. Yeah, exactly. 2 years ago, they were incredible. It's like the Tampa Bay Rays. You know, they have a really good scouting department, really good at developing players, analytics department. So guys end up performing a lot better. Remember Darren Ruff had a really great year with San Francisco? Darren Ruff just got released by the Mets because he wasn't capable of doing anything. He wasn't good. But the Giants, when they had him, found something that really worked with them and were able to do well. And we're kind of seeing that with the Giants. That they are a very analytics-driven franchise. And I think a good way to look at it is the Giants right now, I think are hitting like a 2-something to like 14 or something like that. But all the other numbers are on base percentage, slugging, WOBA, runs created plus, all the favorite numbers you love when I throw out there. They're all up. So this team is very analytics-driven. And so at any point, yes, they can have a great season. I think they have a good manager at the helm that can do it all and get them to that spot. So I think we are kind of sleeping on the Giants, but it's always hard to tell when they're going to have that year.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, like we said, they were incredible. And it just doesn't shock me. I don't know why we don't give them the attention that they should deserve or that they deserve. But, you know, I'm looking at what they're putting out right now, and there's a lot to like.
Yeah.
For the Giants.
Like Jock Peterson. He has a 217 average, but you look at his OPS so far, he's above 800. You know, Flores is having a really good start. Wade Jr. has a average of 250, but an on-base percentage of 538. It's just those kind of guys and those kind of things, you know, if you're really good at getting on base and you have a good eye, they're going to tell you, you know, kind of wait for your pitches or, you know, launch angle is a big thing, all of that kind of stuff. You know, San Francisco is all into that. And that's a organization that definitely can get a lot out of players that normally wouldn't do well and they don't have to pay that much. And they're going to do just fine in an organization like that. Like you're saying, Conforto is not doing well. Conforto has an OPS of over 800 so far. And he had a really good game today, so that helped.
Yeah. No, look.
That's the kind of guys that San Francisco is looking for.
Yeah. No, you're right. Well, look, I just, it's way too early in the season to get all crazy, all hot and bothered, but a couple teams are catching my attention right now. And leading it into this evening, a couple of games here. As far as the Dodgers are concerned, anything Mookie Betts, total bases, I'm probably on it. Let's see your batter props, Mookie Betts. Total bases for Mookie Betts. Over 1.5 plus 110. Give me that all day.
Yeah, Mookie's good.
Give me that, and then I'll take the Braves money line as well. Spencer Strider. What a freak.
Taking the Braves? Yeah, I think it's fine. I just don't want to do it because I like the Padres lineup way too much.
Apparently, Fernando Tatis went yard at a rehab assignment, and somebody tweeted at the pitcher that gave up the home run, and he said, check that. I gave up a home run to a cheater.
Yeah, called him a cheater.
Is that allowed in your opinion? Is that okay?
What is Fernando Tatis suspended for?
Cheating.
So, yeah. Guys who take performance enhancers are cheaters.
Correct.
Doesn't mean you have to like completely shun him, but yeah, when somebody like Barry Bonds was a cheater. He also is one of the greatest baseball players ever.
Yes, he is.
Both can be true.
Both?
But Fernando Tatis Jr. is a great baseball player, amazing, and he's a cheater.
Both can be true. You know, that seems to be a popular phrase these days in the sports media community.
Shout out Kevin Kincaid. We are leading the Both Things Can Be True club.
Both things could be true.
Yeah, I'm the VP. He's the president.
See that a lot on my timeline. Both things could be true. Nobody wants to hear that. Pick a side. Stand up for what you believe in.
What do you mean? I'm standing up for what I believe in. But that doesn't mean it's whatever I believe in is without fault.
Stand up for what you believe in. I love it. All right. Look, we got a couple games that we just
I knew you were definitely going to be an anti two things can be true guy. I knew it.
I'm not.
No, I knew it.
I'm not, but
No,
I
you
think
are.
it's a weaselly way out. It's a weaselly way out. It's not what we do in this world. It's just not. It's not. What we do in this world is we pick a side, we tell you why you're wrong, and we hate you for it because you're on the other side. That's what we do.
What? That sounds like a well-functioning society. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
God bless the USA, baby. All right. On that note, we're coming back other side. Don't go anywhere. More after this.
Fox Sports Radio, The Gambler. Now, total traffic for Philadelphia.
Seeing heavy traffic now on the Walt Whitman into New Jersey and delays on 42 South off the bridge down to Creek Road. The Vine Expressway, that's busy both ways. Schuylkill to 8, westbound Schuylkill Jan, University to Boulevard, City to Belmont until Gladwood to Conshohocken. Eastbound Schuylkill, stop and go Blue Route to Belmont and Boulevard to South. 95 northbound Jan Gerard up to Bridge, southbound back to approaching Cottman to Bridge and Ridley Park to the Commodore Barry. Blue Route southbound Jan Broomall to Media Wildmore, northbound So 95 past McDade. Laria Tutela, total traffic.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
CEOs you should know, brought to you by Comcast Business.
Charmaine Matlock-Turner, CEO, the Urban Affairs Coalition. The Urban Affairs Coalition was founded with the idea that we could really drive change. It was the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King that brought Philadelphians together. And so the coalition was born in 1969. We have over 80 programs and projects that are part of the coalition family, and we work with about another 80 that are also doing terrific work in the community. So to me, the most important thing is that the community has not given up on looking to drive change. My very first job, I was about 12 years old. I was in North Gordon, Virginia, working for my grandfather, who put people together in order for us to go and pick peaches. The first day that I went to pick peaches, I picked one and I think I ate two, picked another one and then ate two. And by lunchtime, my stomach was like killing me. I sat down under my grandfather's truck and he came over to me and he poked me with a stick and said, "Gal, if you do that tomorrow, you're fired." It was one of the most important life lessons that I've learned. If you say you're going to do something, you have to be committed to it. If you're given a second chance, you should take full advantage of it. The easiest, quickest way to get to us is uac.org.
This episode is brought to you by Comcast Business. Every day in business is a big day. Comcast Business will keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Hey, man, you all right? Need me to call 911? No. Call Top Dog Law. Get top dollar for your accident at topdoglaw.com. Once again, that's topdoglaw.com.
Hey everyone, it's Cassidy Hupperth from ESPN.
I'm Nico Ramos, a sports broadcaster here in Manila.
Together, we have a new podcast we can't wait to share with you. Hoops Paradise, the Philippines' love of the game.
You know, there's religion, there's politics, and there's basketball. And those are the three things you talk about in the Philippines.
It's a basketball love affair like no other. Listen to Hoops Paradise, the Philippines' love of the game, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Paid for by government.com.
The 1878 to 1921 Morgan silver dollar, a true American classic and one of the most iconic silver dollar coins in history. It's been 100 years since the last Morgan silver dollar coin was struck for circulation. And now, for a limited time only, full pound bags of original U.S. government struck Morgan dollars are being released to the public. That's right. You can own a full pound of 1878 to 1921 classic American Morgan silver dollar coins, all in very good collector condition with fully visible dates and mint marks, guaranteed. Call 1-800-721-0383 now to secure collector-grade U.S. Morgan silver dollars by the pound, struck during the Wild West and the Gilded Age. Plus, receive a bonus American Collector's Pack valued at over $25, free with every order. Call 1-800-721-0383 now to secure your full pound bag of Morgan silver dollar coins before they are gone. 1-800-721-0383. That's 1-800-721-0383.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jake from State Farm here to answer your what ifs.
What if I need a policy, but I just can't choose?
An agent can help you choose. At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
If you're shopping for Easter, Kohl's is unmatched. To prep for the celebrations, I treated myself to a few Sephora beauty must-haves. Plus, I found great basket stuffers for my girls and got an extra 40% off cute outfits for them to wear to Sunday brunch and all spring long. Oh, and I got an extra 15% off. So take it from me. You need to hop over to Kohl's right now. Select styles. Offers end April 8th. Sephora coupons and Kohl's cash do not apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Right now, there are young people across the world facing a tough choice. Continue their dream of education or drop out to help their family put food on the table. You can help change their future in a single moment. See how far your support can go at unbound.org.
I'm 6ABC Action News meteorologist Brittany Boyer with your latest forecast. We're tracking a cold front tonight that's pretty much going to wipe away the very warm summer-like temperatures we had today. That cold front will touch off a few showers and thunderstorms, some of which could produce locally damaging wind gusts and even hail. Temperatures tonight fall to 52 in Philadelphia. Friday is breezy and much cooler with more clouds than sun with a high of 60.
This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Daily Ticket. Sean Brace, John Jansen, what are you? I'm an outlaw. Quick on the draw. Something you never seen before. Do you know Pharrell turned 50 yesterday? Star Trek. 50.
Really? 50. Are you sure about that?
Yeah, man. He celebrated his birthday yesterday. 50. 50 years old. And everybody always looks at Pharrell and says, like, you know, that's what they say. I'll leave it to the internet for what they say. All right. Because I don't want to get anything in trouble here, but he's got good genes. And the saying is around, like people that look really good at a old age are a certain race. Let's just put it that way. And bottom line is this the truth. I mean, Pharrell is 50 years old. He looks like he's 35. I don't know. Look at Diddy. But Pharrell, I don't believe ever had plastic surgery. I would say Diddy did. That would be my take on that. So just want to put that out there. Diddy plastic surgery? Yes or no? Judge, yes or go.
Did he get plastic surgery?
Correct. Did Diddy?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's keep it moving here. See, I love that reflection. What do they put in that pond, in that lake, to make it reflect like that?
What do you mean? What do they put in it? It's water.
No, they do.
It's water.
They do something. Google it.
It's water.
I'll guarantee they put a chemical in there to get that reflection.
I think you're wrong.
I guarantee it. Google it. Are you Googling it?
No.
Oh, come on.
I don't even know what to Google.
What do you put something in water to make it a better to get a better reflection? Can you put something in water to get a better
I'm so glad you spelled everything out.
reflection? No, see that's just,
No, it's the way you.
that's
right, it's the camera.
photography. I'm telling you, Augusta does something.
Oh no, you're always wrong. Why are you always this wrong?
I'll call Patrick McDonald right now.
Do it. I'm sure he's not busy.
I know.
Is he at Augusta? Is he like on the court?
No, he's not. He should be though. He's money. Speaking of, I had somebody popped up on my timeline today. They joined McAfee. McAfee was like, I need somebody to come on and talk golf. So he got this dude who is no laying up, who's got a really big following. Don't get me wrong. I don't know who he is, though. He's got 420,000 followers. And in this clip, he was like, when Bryson DeChambeau left the PGA Tour to go to live, I was like, wow, I think this could be the end of the PGA Tour. And I'm like, what? Really? Excuse me. I couldn't believe it. Not once did I ever think the PGA Tour is in jeopardy because Bryson DeChambeau is leaving. Sorry, missed that boat. Phil Mickelson, there wasn't one person.
Yeah, that seems aggressive.
There was never a golfer that ever caught my attention. Was I ever concerned for the PGA Tour? No. And that's just from an entertainment value, from like somebody being able to knock them off their perch of being the number one outlet for golf, viewing, right? Like, no. So I'm like, Bryson DeChambeau, dude. Anyways, he was on McAfee. He said that. I just was laughing at it. I'm like, did you just say that out loud? Like, I don't know. Meanwhile, the Masters is rolling on. We do have 3 currently tied with 7 under in the clubhouse. Brooks Koepka, Victor Hovland, and Jon Rahm. Jon Rahm was probably, I think, plus.
Any surprises in there?
Jon Rahm was plus 850. I think he was second. It was.
I was thinking more Brooks Koepka.
Oh, Brooks Koepka.
Isn't that kind of a surprise?
It should.
I know you said he played well the last Live Tour event.
Yes.
Still.
I would say, and I did say that somebody coming in like from the Live Tour that I think could play well, of course, Dustin Johnson and Cam Smith. But I did say Brooks
would have
Koepka.
been worth betting on those guys because I imagine prices would have been.
I have Cam Smith
dropped on them because
Smith's
they haven't played on the tour.
32, not really, because this was just like, hey, you've been here and you've done it.
Okay.
And Brooks Koepka, although he's never won a Masters, I believe he has won multiple majors, so he is a big time majors player. Does Brooks Koepka have a Masters, a green jacket? Now I'm thinking twice.
I think he does.
I think he does as well. Yeah, I got that wrong, but he's won multiple majors.
Wow, you got something wrong? No way.
At least my camera works.
Oh, come on.
Did you look up Brooks Koepka?
I am.
I heard you typing away over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up to see if he's won a Master.
He's won a Masters. He's won a green jacket.
He has not won a green jacket.
He has not?
He tied for second in 2019.
I just have a vision of him in a green
He
jacket.
has won a PGA championship
No,
twice. He's
I'm
won a
an
U.S. Open
idiot.
twice.
You know why I'm an idiot? Because I just saw the dinner where they're all dressed up in their green jackets. Of course, Brooks Koepka wasn't there. That was a bad job.
Of course.
That was a bad job by me.
How did you not know that?
Well, you know what? I'm not one of these sports talk hosts, John, that likes to just tell you I know everything. That's not who I am. All right. I am a guy that likes to be entertained, likes to talk about these things, likes to hit a bet or two, and then lay my head on bed, fall asleep. Oh, could I tell you what I've been doing around the house real quick?
Sure. You've been doing landscaping stuff, right? Is this where you're going to?
So just to let you guys know out there, Tuesday, I had originally planned off because this backdoor project. Now, when I barbecue, when I cook, the thing that always irked me is that nobody ever wants to hang out with me. And that's not the thing about barbecue. Barbecue.
You never invite me over.
Cooking barbecue is about camaraderie, getting people together, backyard, picnic table, laughing. I mean, you got 8 hours, you got 10 hours. You know, it's a long damn cook. So I needed to make our backyard more of more.
You didn't
welcoming.
need to.
Yeah, I did.
You just need to get more friends. If this is one way to compensate for that and to think it's something else, then sure. Nobody just wanted to come over.
I never invited anybody, to be honest with you.
And your solution is just, let's do this huge landscaping
Let me
project.
set it up. And now, and on top of it, my daughter will be going outside a lot more these days as she is getting older. So I wanted to make it to the point that she's not trekking mud in. That's the issue with behind our house was it's just like a mud pit. When it rained, it would get all like muddy and then it would dry and it'd be all dusty back there. It just wasn't welcoming. So I needed to start. Anyways, long story short was Colin Good and I put our heads together. Colin does he's the man that wears many hats, real estate agent from My Philly House, and he's got good landscaping. And I said, could we work together and get this knocked out? He was all guns blazing, let's go. So shout out to Colin, helped me out a ton. And we go to Lowe's, and the project, all I wanted to do was just cut it off, till it, rake it, get rid of what we need to get rid of, and then lay the tarp down so no weeds come through it, although it's underneath the deck and you don't have to worry about too many weeds, and then put the rock over it, the gravel. Well, first of all, gravel, where I live, it's hard to get it dumped. It's hard to get it, to where we need it. And as far as prices are concerned, the bags of rock at Lowe's were cheaper at the end of the day.
Hopefully nobody heard that out of context. Sorry.
Meanwhile,
am I allowed to make that joke?
It was a great joke, actually. Somebody else texted me the one day, like, what type of rock you got? Like, what do you mean?
Some context, please.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
Wait, why'd you need context in that?
60 bags of rock.
Yeah, it's 60.
They had to be 30 pounds. I was trying to guess like how much they weighed. I would say there's no way they were 20. 25. I could say 25. I could say 30. I'd be shocked if they were 20. We'll just go with 25. 25 pounds bag of rock. It wasn't hard, but it's just like your body isn't used to that. So shout out to the people that do the manual labor. Shout out to the people that do this for a living. It's been a little while since.
Shout out to Jansen Tree.
Sean had to put on gloves and actually get dirty, right? And I mean, my body
It's the worst.
Was hurting. That Tuesday night, we got done. I took a shower and I'm like, I got to go to bed. I ate dinner and was just like, I'm going to snooze. And I slept for like 10 hours. The wife let me sleep. Woke up the next day, felt good. And we finished it. We had to get 10 more bags. We were at 50. We needed 10 more bags. We got 60.
10 more?
Yeah, it was tough. So 60 bags of rock. The backyard looks great. We've got to put some shrubs out there. We're not done. We got to put the walkers, what's the word I'm looking for? The pavers. Got to lay a couple of those down. But the Traeger is going to be fired up.
When am I invited?
Traeger Day, baby. I'll be rolling it out there. Traeger Day is coming up here. I think that's the first week of May.
What are we making?
It's been a little while since I've done a pork butt. Might do a pork butt and some ribs. Might do a brisket.
Ooh, briskets.
Haven't done a brisket. Never done a brisket. Don't really brisket. Honestly,
Okay, then make sure you give me the second brisket that you do.
Brisket might be my least favorite piece.
What is wrong with you?
Of barbecue.
What is wrong with you? Really?
I mean,
brisket's your least favorite?
Yeah.
How? Isn't that the staple?
I think so. I think it's like
that's like the
I would say
creme de la creme of barbecue.
I'd say pulled pork and ribs before brisket, but to each their own. I think there's
Can you even call yourself now a barbecue guy?
Yeah.
I don't even think you can. I think you've lost that label now.
I'm 100% a barbecue guy. Matter of fact, I could cook you an award-winning rib.
It's like me being a movie critic and being like, yeah, I just
you got plenty of terrible
I don't like
takes.
Martin Scorsese movies.
You got plenty.
Yeah, I got terrible ones, but like when it comes to like the brisket of movies, and I go like, yeah, Scorsese, just not my guy. Not good.
Oh, I love it. All right. Well, I'm getting hungry right now, so we got to hurry this up here. It's the Daily Ticket. It's the Daily Ticket. All right. First of all,
I was hungry until I ate a bag of mustard chips from hers. That was good. I tore those bad boys up.
All right. First of all, I want to do two things. We're going to get on over to NBA. We're going to talk a little bit about the games that we have this evening. We'll close up shop. Second of all, I put a tweet out because somebody said this Max Homa in-round interview at the Masters is amazing. And I tweeted, boom, John Jansen, everyone else crying over players being mic'd up during a game. Hashtag keep talking. Drew Smith comes at me. Yeah, not on the sacred grounds at Augusta. I'm not a crybaby. You're a crybaby.
I'm rubber, you're glue.
Yes. Now, I don't care where it is. Marty Smith said that this was the greatest thing he's ever seen on television.
Oh, my God. Relax.
Well, he's at ESPN. He works at ESPN, so of course he can say. But, I mean, these are the different things that we need. Trey Turner mic'd up during a game is not a problem.
But it also doesn't add anything. It doesn't do anything.
Well, then
golf, at least, for what I got there, it was good.
Shame on Carl Ravitch.
What do you mean shame on Carl Ravitch?
Because he obviously didn't.
Shame on every sideline reporter that's ever existed.
Okay.
Because none of those things matter. It's still part of the TV coverage, and at least it's during
Hang
halftime.
on. You're conflating the two here.
I'm not conflating.
Yes, you are, because I'm not.
You're getting the same answers.
No, I just hang on. Let me tell you where you're wrong. I'm not here telling you that I like the sideline reporters. I'm not here telling you that I like the in-quarter one-on-one with the coaches. That's not what I'm telling you. I'm talking about this new age. I'm talking about miking up players during the game that we saw at the All-Star game last year. Pitcher, catcher, everybody mic'd up. Loved it. They're doing it.
Don't do that during the broadcast of an actual game.
Sunday Night Baseball. Love it. Love it. You're learning something new. And now this. Masters. Absolutely love it.
I love how that's like everybody, because I think sports can be presented better. But everybody goes to like the access part of it. Need more access. That doesn't change anything to me. Maybe make it look better. I think what was great, mind-blowing. Remember when Fox first showed up with that camera shot? It's a camera shot I think used in movies a lot, whatever. And everybody's like blown away. Like, this is the greatest looking camera shot we've ever seen on an NFL field, where we're zooming in on a player after a touchdown, and it was like really clear, their image, and like the background was a little, and it was amazing.
Yes.
That is what everybody should be wanting, is like better presentation. Access is just these companies and these broadcasting companies, like just flopping their thing on the desk and going, we have access, you don't.
What are they flopping their thing on? What?
I don't make me explain that.
How's that work?
It was the only way I could show, like, they're just trying to show their power. They're trying to show, like, we have access, you don't. It's all it is.
Shame on you for assuming that nothing but men are the ones making that decision, John Jansen. Women can't flop anything on the table, can they?
Yeah, they can. Metaphorically, absolutely. It's we're working in metaphors here, Sean.
Good answer. Good answer. I love it. All right. We're acting up, being
God.
stupid. Oh, guess who just followed me on Twitter? Who? Dunphy!
Hey!
Dude, I can't believe they threw him and Drew out. I'm so pissed. I wasn't able to talk to Drew.
But I'm going to let him know that you didn't take your shirt off in honor of Dunphy. You wouldn't do it.
No, I can't do that.
I would have done it if I had a camera on me.
He tweeted out the video. Yeah, this is crazy. These dudes are walking them out. This is nuts. Yeah, I mean, look, when you go, you're dealing with all the softies that are involved around the game, around the stadium, and it's like, oh, this is my house. You shouldn't be doing that. You're an opposing fan. Meanwhile, at Citizens Bank Park, they don't do a damn thing. All due love, respect. Not saying they should do more, but I've seen some things from opposing fans, and I have my story about when I played in the Police Athletic League softball game when people were yelling things. Like, you had to do a lot more to get kicked out of Citizens Bank Park. But apparently all you got to do is do an Eagles chant up there at Yankee Stadium. You get tossed out.
Go Birds.
Yeah, there you go. Finally, I just saw Kevin Stocker pop up on my timeline as well. Just to let you know, Kevin Stocker is not 12 years old.
Are you sure? Have you confirmed this? Please make sure you have confirmed this.
Kevin Stocker sounds like he's 12 on every broadcast, but I was like, who the hell is calling right now? Pretty funny stuff there. All right, John Jansen, always great, sir, to get back in here with you. Coming up next.
Hey, you're welcome. I carried the show again.
I appreciate it. Coming up next.
It's just what I'm here for.
The great Poe and JJ getting together for being your bookie. What are you guys talking about here?
Obviously, NBA, we're getting down to the final few games of the regular season. So we talk MVP and also futures, of course. Poe loves futures.
Joel Embiid is going to win the MVP, and I can't believe that. I can't believe it's going to happen. Is it going to happen?
Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. We should be making a bigger deal out of that than I think we are. Because we got fatigued by the conversations and fatigued by even maybe Joel talking about it and everybody talking about it and the discussions about it. But it's a big deal.
All right.
It should be applauded. But of course, in the NBA, it all comes down to, do you win a championship? And that's more important for an individual than it is, individual awards.
Okay.
When championships are team awards.
Well, what I do know is this. 76ers have 3 games left in the regular season. Can we hope and pray that Joel Embiid or nobody of importance gets hurt?
I would like to see, James Harden put together a good game because he's been fine, but his shot has not been the same since he's been outwardly open about his injury.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. All right. John Jansen, Sean Brace, shout out. Of course, we added to the roster today here on The Gambler. Special thank you to Luke Arcaney from the Liberty Line, who will be handling all things Phillies and MLB coverage for us here on The Gambler. As our Phillies insider, Luke Arcaney, love it. Can't wait to talk more MLB with him throughout the course of the season. And Sean Bernard, who joined us at 3:30 today, talking all things Sixers and the NBA as the NBA season is winding down. Playoffs are here, and it will be the focus. It will be the focus over the next couple of weeks for everybody in the sports gambling world. And Sean is going to lead the charge for us as our 76ers insider, and hopefully Sixers are able to get out of this.
How many more Sean B's can we add on the roster?
Tell me about it. I'll keep adding them, especially when I spell it the right way. Sean.
Oh, I don't know.
For John Jansen.
I'm more of like a Sean King Sean. Shaun. That's good. That's real good.
For Sean.
That's real good stuff.
You threw me out there. For John Jansen, I am Sean Brace. Everybody.
Where's the song?
Sorry, I was recording, so I didn't really have an opportunity to.
This is unbelievable.
Well, hang on.
This is terrible.
There you go. For John Jansen, I'm Sean Brace. Coming up next, being your bookie. JJ.
Me.
Live, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Baseball brunch, extended edition. 11 to 1. 11 to 1.
11 to 1.
Hear the replay. Catch John Jansen tomorrow as well. It's a Friday. The Divide. The Divide
It's a
coming
what?
your way. It's a Friday. The Divide will be live tomorrow. TKO _picks. Powers
Why
parlays.
does it sound like you're always trying to try out for Earth, Wind, and Fire when you do those voices?
Powers parlay. I heard Mikey P hit 2 parlays
Yes, he
on his
did.
opening debut show. Wow. How about that, sports fans? All right. Everybody have yourself a wonderful Thursday. Tomorrow, live from Xfinity Live. Let's go.
Peace.
Peace.